Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Preparation Ape, your number one place for Thanksgiving, quick, swift, non-regular Prep Ape streams. I'm DKP.
I'm Major Tom.
And I'm JDigDug.
And we're coming at you live from twitch.tv/ChainSipe every single November 21st at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time here /ChainSipe. Yeah, we already said that.
Yep.
Monday.
It's Monday!
Yeah, doing a little bit
You're off your
early
game
one.
a little bit today? You're not ready for it? You're not cracking no beers? Too early for beers?
Too early. Plus,
Let's
might have to pull an all-nighter. I'm kind of behind on a couple things I need to get done. So if I start drinking now, I'm going to feel miserable later. Because normally you sleep and you wake up feeling fine. But if you have to sober up while awake, it just always sucks ass. So, yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's true.
It also makes you tired. Makes it harder to stay up.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
All of those
So,
things.
what do we got on the Residocs tonight, Mitch D?
Well, we have a lot of things in our chapters page, but one of those things we should have removed. I don't know if we actually did.
Oh, no, we didn't.
Oh,
okay.
no. Oh, no, we didn't.
I
So
know
I-
for a fact we didn't.
Well, fuck. So, I guess we're doing that. So let's go in.
I could just phantom remove it real quick.
Phantom remove it?
Yeah, check this out, watch.
Just another Ape-isode.
There we
Oh,
go.
my
You gotta
God.
move the slide.
Would you
too.
fucking
Did
believe
you
that
move the
shit?
slide?
Wexy!
Yes, we moved the slide earlier. We
Okay,
just didn't move
gotcha.
the
Hey,
thing.
ladies.
What's up, Wexy84?
And
How
guy.
you doing, baby?
Wait, who's the guy here?
Me.
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 Yeah.
Me.
Everyone wants
I'm
to have that
assuming-
dick,
I-
you know?
can I be
You
the
guys are
guy?
ladies.
I want to be the guy.
You ever been a lady before? Try it
Not
out.
recently.
Okay, well. At least
I felt
LOL.
like one.
DKP is
Oh.
the guy.
DKP, what's up with your
I
hair?
am. What's up with it?
Yeah, what's up with your hair?
It's Monday stream.
It's
It's Monday Prep Ape, so
Gotcha.
you know nothing's quite. We're live an hour earlier than I thought we'd be, so it was kind of like
What's
a
up, Butterfly?
homina moment. to
High
get going.
five!
Hamana,
How you
hamana,
doing?
hamana.
So yeah,
We're all
That's
wearing
it, that's
jackets.
Yeah, we are. It's cold now.
I wouldn't say it's cold.
Cooler.
I feel more comfortable in a jacket. It feels all nice and warm.
I love hoodie
But
weather. It's my favorite.
you can't do it in the summer because it's fucking miserable.
Correct.
So like even if it's like passable, like you can get away with wearing a jacket. Probably wear one.
Wexy says
Huh?
Big Juicy here, doing big juicy things.
Ooh, hey.
That sounds delicious and disgusting at the same time.
Well, you don't think men can get wet? Oh, they can.
Oh, I've seen it. Especially with
Yes.
you.
Gross.
Yeah, it's
I'm a hot dog.
a lot smellier than
Hot
normal,
diggity hot. I'm hot dog, hot diggity hot.
but
Okay.
DKP looking like
Yo,
Stamos
fuck.
tonight.
Lord
Hey,
Barbecue,
looking
what's
like
up, man?
Stamos. Stamos is handsome, man, so that's a compliment
Thanks.
as far as I'm concerned.
So is Joey Fatone, by the way.
Oh, thank
I
you.
know you get that from TP Poker all the time. And
Yeah.
he's a good looking gentleman. So.
No, man, he's in a boy band. You gotta be good
He
looking
ain't-
to be in a boy band.
He ain't in the boy band anymore.
Do
He's
ya?
still good looking.
Yeah.
So
He's not in a boy
It
band?
could be
anymore?
worse.
No, he's
You
not
could
doing that
be,
life.
I don't know, Joe C, or you could be who's that fat fucking dude who sings that Ooh, rainbow song? You know what I'm talking about? The fat Samoan dude that sings over the rainbow.
Oh.
yeah.
You
I
could
didn't
be.
know what you were singing there.
Rainbow song.
I hate that song so much. We went to PSX last year.
With the tiny.
Upon boarding and disembarking the plane, it was fucking playing that song.
Somewhere
I hate-
over
Dude, just-
the
just-
rainbow.
It's sitting down and then
Ukulele,
like
ukulele.
very quietly hearing ooh. It sounds like a dog fucking like slow-mo
fucking-
howling. It's horrible. I hate
Sounds
that
like
fucking
Wednesday
guy.
when she wants to be let out of her crate.
Oh no.
What's up, barbecue? So yeah, let's jump into our
All right.
index here. Going to be a short episode, so we figure it's a good time to bring JDiggs in.
What up? Yeah, so you can deal with me just a little.
No, that means that we can stretch it out a little bit more.
Okay.
We can have 3 opinions instead
We
of
just
just
better hope Chet Bicep doesn't kick the door in and come join us.
Oh man, anything's possible with
Anything's
Chet
possible.
Bicep.
Anything is.
Chet bicep.
Yep.
What is this wonderful
The-
thing?
Oh.
Wonderful.
Senpai Bicep. So when I get a chance to
Oh.
get off of Popeye's modeling circuit, I'll come see you again, DKP.
That sounds good, man.
Dang, that Popeye's modeling circuit.
What's going on, Canada?
Hi.
Hi.
So yeah, Major T, what are we talking about tonight?
We're going to talk about the rumored Switch launch lineup. And it's not just the launch lineup. This particular document goes into, like, up through 2017 or 2018. of like different games that are going to come out for it that are going to be announced soon.
At
So-
one point.
All right, all right.
And it's just kind of a compilation of people that have heard a bunch of rumors about it. And these are all the same people that were like spreading the same rumors about it being a hybrid, about it having detachable controllers. So there's some
Validity.
potential validity to it. So what's up right here?
Right
What's going on,
here,
Mr. West?
Right now. Right here.
We're also going to be going over all the Game Awards nominees. The Game Awards are happening. I posted on Facebook that it was happening December 2nd, but it's actually happening Thursday, December 1st. So we're going to be talking about that. And we're going to be talking about VR. VR is something that we have spent a lot of time hyping over and getting super excited for and doing streams for,
And stop.
and then stopped.
Yeah.
So why did we stop? And why is video games press or video games media or enthusiasts out there,
Oh, you fucked up.
why are they not talking about
No
it as
wig
much?
tonight.
Why are
Anything?
we talking about VR? We're not.
Why are we
Oh.
not talking?
You
about
done
VR?
goofed.
Why are we
I'll
talking about
forgive
VR
you.
tonight?
Don't
I
apologize.
I goofed even more by having 2 dashes in front of that Ask Apes Anything.
It's more
But
important.
that's what happens when
Monday
you do
Night
the
Prep 8, baby.
That's what
Yes,
happens when you
Monday
do the
night.
You know?
majority of
There's
the
going to
work.
be a few kinks. I'm glad I'm in between all
Got a
of this
finger in there.
saltiness.
Oh no. That hurts so bad. I wish I was doing that. Oh, I don't.
Give me the McRibs. You know why McRibs?
No. Not,
What?
no, check it out. Not ever since you ever been eating something like you find that weird, hard, chewy thing in it?
Yeah.
You're like, never again.
Never again.
What was that, like your third
That was a
one?
bone.
That's probably like the second McRib I ever had. Yeah.
And
Like-
the
I'm
last.
doing it, man.
Nope.
So yeah, that's it. Real quick, what have you guys been playing lately?
Well, I just beat Dishonored 2 last night. It was tremendous.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. I've streamed it twice, and it sucks ass to stream. Because,
What's how I feel about Call of Duty? We played Call of Duty, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this.
well,
Played
no,
it a
like,
couple days later, it felt great.
you have to be paying pretty good attention not to be absolutely horrendous at that game.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you want to like play it high chaos, which is what it's called, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
but determines like how things work out in the game. If you just want to go through and kill everybody, great, fine. But
You mean like
I was
a
trying to do it
VP?
kind of stealthy,
Yeah.
and it's so difficult to like pay attention to chat and also like pay attention to the cues in game that you need to, which are pretty subtle, so you're not just immediately discovered and attacked. But playing it with full attention, it's pretty fucking great.
It is like aesthetically stunning.
Yeah, it's
Like
really pretty.
the atmosphere, I talked about one of the things when we were playing Call of Duty. I love when there's so much like context in the world where you can like go into different types of rooms and there's furniture and there's decorations and stuff like that. And this game has that in droves. At least based on a couple of times I watched you play it. So I really like the world building that they did.
Oh yeah, it's kind of small, but like super condensed levels.
Yeah.
And,
It's like BioShock. Like it feels kind of open world, but it's not. It's just there's a lot of options for how you want to travel from level to level to level.
yeah, precisely.
Idify says that he tried a McRib recently and he's not a fan. Not a fan.
Not all perfect out of 5. I'm trying.
Then check the box. I understand the appeal.
Hey, he's from Georgia. I guess they didn't.
Oh,
have
that's
those.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was really excited about Jack in the Box when I moved here, but after you live here for a while, you're like,
It loses its luster.
yeah.
I feel like you know those really lame heartburn commercials where it's like, "Would you like to try the spaghetti and meatballs, sir?" And the guy's like, "No, it'll give me heartburn." That's what I feel about Jack in the
It's
Box.
like Prilosec OTC.
I was like, "Have you tried Prilosec? Prilosec? What's that?"
Here,
It's-
eat shitty and feel better.
And then it shows
Yeah.
you just like dipping curly fries in ketchup, and you're like,
Now you open one of those Prilosecs and spin it around the ketchup, and it's like,
Thought
perfect.
You thought you were gonna say like mash it up and rail it.
Well, I mean, they
I mean,
have those tacos that are
you
just
could.
like just soaked in grease, like the paper is attached to it.
Dude, I've never seen more blatantly false advertising than those fucking tacos.
Yes. There's vegetables in it.
Because it looks like what a Taco Bell taco actually looks like.
Yeah.
But I
the-
defy
in
you
the
to find one that isn't sealed at the top. Almost like one of those little like
Empanadas?
beef pies or empanada or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Jack
Absolutely
in the
not.
Box is all over SoCal Society. Jack in the Box was designed for drunk people,
It was.
Oh, yeah.
not just drunk people.
They had a commercial at one
You got
point
a
in
load of this
time.
delinquent over here.
Give me
Yeah.
the McRibs.
Uh,
Not real ribs, McRibs.
that's why I didn't actually get them. I just kind of made the motions.
So we'll talk some more Dishonored, I think, in the future, because I'm fairly confident it'll probably make your top 10 of the year. Whenever we do that
Probably.
at the end of the year.
Yeah.
JDiggs, you been playing anything?
I have. I've been playing Skyrim, the remaster, actually.
All right.
And it's
I've been playing.
yeah, go ahead. I could talk about that for freaking ever.
So are you going to be talking about how good Skyrim is, or how good the remaster is?
So, the remaster obviously makes it prettier, right? But I was hoping that there'd be a few more bug fixes. Doesn't seem to necessarily be the case. Like, they made it real
it's a
pretty.
Bethesda game.
And
Can't fix the bugs.
some of the bugs are just fun. Like,
Yeah.
they're a part of the Bethesda life whenever you like those open world games. But I've actually been really enjoying it. It's kind of nice to start over, and it's been a while since I played, so I know the mistakes that I made when I was creating my character the first time. Now I can really focus on the things I know will make it easier. I've been really enjoying it, but it's, like I said, it's just kind of the same feel, which is kind of unfortunate. I was hoping there'd be something else to it that kind of made it partier. So you have to really like Skyrim. Like, obviously, if you're not a fan, there's not really anything new for you.
I bought it today.
Did you?
Excuse me. Best Buy has a deal if you're an Elite Plus member that all their Black Friday deals started today. So I got
Nice.
Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Skyrim, and XCOM 2 for PS4, all three for $86.
Are you gonna play Skyrim?
Fuck no.
So you're just gonna own it?
Yeah, that's what I do.
We
with all
bought Duck
PS4.
Dynasty.
That's not new. That's not a new thing here.
Yeah, but I
at
could see him
Shankside.
playing Duck Dynasty. At least, like, once.
I guarantee you I will put more hours into Duck Dynasty.
I've been talking about streaming that for a while.
The Duck
But,
Dynasty one.
yeah.
I've played it before.
Not
Not
really
good.
You know Bethesda's got their shit together for real. And this hadn't happened. But when you walk into it and someone's a new house or something, and all of the items in the house don't fall half a foot down, like they were just spawned midair, and they're all shaking when you walk in. That's been there since, like, Morrowind. And it still happens, I think, in Fallout 4 with certain things.
Yeah.
Because, like, they spawn not on the table, but a little bit above it, so they go clink, 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 clink.
As soon as
It's
you walk
the weirdest
in
fucking thing.
and you interact with that area, yeah, it's like been floating there this whole entire time. XCOM is great, they said. Dim Biscuits do. Hashtag Popeyes.
We missed a few comments.
Oh shit.
In regards to Jack in the Box, Barbecue says, it's scientifically designed to sober you up. Wex says, well, as part of my modeling contract, gotta say hands down, Popeyes. All 100% chicken.
I would hope so.
Jonathan says, Dim Biscuits, though. Hashtag Popeyes.
Where's Arby's at, man? I feel like Arby's needs to be represented right
He's fucking... He went the way of the dinosaur, I
now.
guess.
Oh no, MIA?
Broke my fucking heart.
That's unfortunate.
Wexy says, biscuits so dry you can choke your girlfriend when she asks. Ooh.
Ooh.
Barbecue says, I too have been described as pretty full of
Imagine doing that. Choke me. All right. And just stick your fingers down the throat. Like, is that what I meant?
Jonathan says, XCOM is great. Barbecue says, you don't want to draw that Duck Dynasty crowd. They are total buzzkill.
Dude, my sister and her husband are really into Duck Dynasty. I don't know.
From what I hear,
They're the only two people
Did it
that
really
I know
now?
Yeah.
that
They
like,
finally
were
pushed
big
it.
fans of it.
Took a shit a little too far?
I'm from Louisiana, and the town that I'm from is right next to the town where the Robertsons, the main people, where they filmed the show.
Ah.
So, like, if you ever watch that show, it looks just like the town. It's not, but it's right next to it.
It's close enough.
iDevice is Best Buy is the best. Bought Far Cry Primal and a couple of movies.
Nice.
That's what's up.
It's a great place to get movies, that's for sure.
What have I been playing? I just started Pokemon Sun. I'm about 2 hours in, and I'm liking it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I got Growlithe. I named him Otis after the main
Growlithe.
character from Owlboy.
Oh, okay.
You're all about that Otis.
I got
Trying to
it.
put
I
something-
got a
Rowlett, I
Caterpie.
think is what it is.
What?
Rowlett, I think is what it is.
Rowlet?
As your
Rowlett.
main starter one?
Yeah, the little owl
Yeah, I think
sloth
it's
thing.
Rowlett. Yeah.
It's Rowlett. Yeah.
Okay.
What did I say?
Growlithe?
Growlett.
That's Growlithe is a
I was like,
dog
wait,
thing.
you got a dog starter one in Sun? What the fuck,
No, I
man?
didn't get no dog.
I had to
Got
pick
a
the
little
cat.
I got
owl.
no dog.
Litten?
Yeah.
Did you name him?
And I named him Litton.
Oh man, you gotta have some fucking.
So you said
character.
you don't really play these games for very long,
Nope.
right? So you don't
Nope.
ever get to the point where you run out of name ideas?
I mean, not yet.
I think some
I caught a Caterpie, and his name is Child Butter. Because I couldn't.
Child butter?
Because I couldn't name him Child Butterfly. Because he's a little child butterfly.
That sounds fucking gross.
Child butter
Like-
does sound.
I don't know. I don't know if
Child
anyone else
butter.
for this. My dad used to refer to his cum as duck butter. So if you think of like child butter,
In
that's
context
what,
of that's
what
awful.
I think of. Yeah.
Disgusting. That's what that
That's
is.
on you, bro. Barbecue says Owlboy looks dope as fuck. It is.
He's a huge fan. It's the background
Huge
on his computer that's saying something.
But yeah, I'm digging it. I'm, working my way through and fighting a bunch of preschoolers, whooping their ass.
Like you do.
Yep.
Me
and my child butter.
Next to baby oil at the supermarket. Gross.
I can't believe it's not child.
Oh, God.
That's good. I got one of those woodpecker-looking dudes. I named him Peckerhead. You gotta have fun with it.
Truths.
You named your Pokemon?
I've named my Pokemon before. Started off with just crazy names, just like Bob, Sue, regular names like that. And eventually that got boring.
Yeah.
So then added some adjectives to it to try to keep them. Though the best I've ever heard was a friend of ours actually named him after food.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, I thought that was really good.
That makes me want to name one of them a chicken sandwich.
That's what they did chicken, was I think the first one that they did, and it was like some random Pokemon that didn't look like a chicken.
Jonathan says child butter next to baby oil supermarket.
We need that child butter
Wexy
to whip
says
that.
Need that child butter to whip that preschool ass.
Cannot. I can't handle whip
Maybe.
and whip in that statement. Makes that a whole fucking just
Child butter whip?
child butter whip.
No, you're whipping it up like you would eggs, till it gets
Oh
all...
no, the noise. Oh, mm-mm.
Alright, let's kick things off.
All right.
Switch lineup.
Okay, so this comes by the way of NintendoLife.com, written by a man named Thomas Whitehead.
They would fucking hire someone named Thomas Whitehead.
There's, quote, there's little getting around the fact that key Nintendo Switch details are being leaked. While there are plenty of bogus rumors doing the rounds, a few key reports with sources we verified in recent months in various ways have been sharing details around the system's lineup of games. We've shared reports we have trusted. One of the reporters we have confidence in is Laura Kate Dale, who primarily publishes through Let's Play video games and occasionally shares through social media. She shared a summary of key Switch launch details based upon her sources, while acknowledging that some are a single source. So, be prepared for, I guess if you consider knowing what video games are coming and when they're coming out, as spoilers, here they come.
You've been warned.
The system is said to launch on March 17th.
Okay.
Day one, we'll have the 3D Mario game will be there.
Okay.
The one that was in the launch trailer.
Do they have a title for it yet?
Nope, just 3D Mario. The Splatoon port, and rumors that it's a pack-in. So it'll be packed in with the Switch. Just come free with every Switch.
Makes sense.
I think that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Help build that recognition.
Well, they're trying to make an esport out of it, right? That was a big part of their...
Skyrim.
Scrim.
And Just Dance 2017.
And if you think that Skyrim is buggy right now on systems that it's been available for 5 years, how crazy is it going to be for the Switch?
Dude, a tablet, right?
I mean...
Yeah. We shall see.
I can't wait. Hashtag spoiler
One
alert.
more game. Mario Rabbids RPG. That's it. That's what I said. Mario Rabbids.
Man, I've been aching for my
RPG.
Rayman fucking Mario crossover.
What I've heard is
I feel like I can sleep easy
it's
now.
gonna carry the Super Mario RPG name, like the Super Nintendo game, Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, and it's gonna be called Super Mario RPG Invasion of the Rabbids. So it's gonna be a sequel to the Super Nintendo game, but it's gonna have rabbits in it.
From Rayman?
Yeah. The ones that are like
I feel like
minions.
rabbits are I was about to say, I feel like rabbits are like minions. Like no one wants them, but they're just like, no, we got to make this one of those mascot
the
things.
Rabbids
for our
games
thing.
usually sell super well.
What?
Just like the Minions movies have made tons and tons of money. So,
Yeah.
NintendoLife.com, that doesn't sound reputable. NintendoLife.com, this guy got his information from someone else.
Yeah.
So, the person he got his information from is from Let's Play Video Games. And I pulled up the article from Let's Play Video Games, but I like how this compiled the information better. Within the first 6 months, we'll come back to Mario Rabbids, because one of our questions in Ask Ape is about it. In the first 6 months, we're going to get the Smash port, and the Bayonetta and Cloud amiibo are going to launch the same day. Breath of the Wild, which if you notice, not a launch game, so it'll be in the first 6 months. The Telltale Guardians of the Galaxy game, which has still not been confirmed, still rumored. The Mario Kart 8 port, a Mario Maker port, and Xenoblade Chronicles X port. Xenoblade Chronicles X port. It's not an X port.
Okay, yeah.
It's an
X.
Xenoblade Chronicles X. If you never heard of the game, you're like, I don't get it. An export through exporting Xenoblade Chronicles? I don't get it. If you've never heard of Xenoblade Chronicles.
GTA 4.
You never wanted to play Shenmue 2 in like real day and age.
And then in 2017, we're going to get Pokemon Stars. Sun, Moon, and Stars for the Switch.
Okay. So there's going to be a new one that's coming out called Stars?
Yeah.
That hasn't even been announced yet, has it?
No. All this is still rumor.
Okay.
Pikmin 4, even though supposedly it's not called Pikmin 4, supposedly it's a Pikmin reboot. And all this is in 2017, and then Sonic 2017 will be coming. All these will probably be like holiday titles.
Gotcha.
And then in 2018, the last game on the list is Beyond Good and Evil.
Buy your new console for all your last generation games.
Right? I'm okay with it, though. I can play them at home. I can play them on the go. I can play them on a boat.
Hey,
I can
play them on a
train.
roof.
I
You
can
can take a break from basketball to play fucking virtual
With
basketball.
a tiny little
I can play them
controller.
on a plane. I can play them on a train.
Playing on the plane sounds pretty
So
awesome, actually.
Yeah, Dr. Seuss, bro. Just for you.
Thank you.
Love you.
For all
so what
your
else you
green
got?
eggs and ham scenarios.
Is that it for those?
So yeah, that's it. That's it out of this. So what do you guys think? I mean, Wesley or Right Here's thoughts are very accurate in that it's a fuckload of ports.
Yeah.
And I also think we're probably going to get.
So was the Wii U, though.
Yeah,
It
and
was
I also
for like the first year or two.
I mean, like Mass Effect 3 and Batman Arkham City and stuff like that. I also think that we're going to get stuff that's not on this list, like that basketball game. I think we're probably going to get, I don't know, just random shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to be it. I think it's going to be like, hey, there's whatever crazy shit is coming out now is going to continue to come out.
Right.
So,
Let's see, is DKP going to get that Cloud amiibo? I don't know, maybe.
depends on how good it is.
Depends on how much I have to pay for it. If it's one of those, like, super rare, like, camping outside of Target for 16 hours again, no.
They haven't been
Okay.
rare lately. They haven't, like, launched in small.
Mr. Kirksan!
What's up, Curtin?
How you
What's
doing?
up, baby?
My mind is telling me no. But my body!
So is Mario going to be a launch title?
Yes.
Wexy says the only way to
Yes.
find a play is hammered drunk calling your ex Mel Gibson style.
Ooh.
Dude, it's everyone
Speaking of
here.
Mel Gibson, everybody go see Hacksaw Ridge.
Heard it was
Incredible.
incredible.
Barbecue says, not the main reason I want one, but I hope they put Hearthstone and Elder Scrolls Legends on it. As little extras. There was that tweet from Blizzard to Nintendo the day they announced the Switch, being like, hey man, Hearthstone, what's up? They're like, Blizzard tweeted that to Nintendo. So, Blizzard wants
Like,
it. It seems like a
Balls
good
in your
fit
court,
to me.
Nintendo.
Seems like a good fit.
Classic
You started
Nintendo.
already. Yeah, we started at
Hello,
7:30 today.
competitive. All right, we also have my mind is telling me no, but my body's telling me yes. So Mario's going to be a launch title. Adify asks one of the
Yes.
the 3D World one.
It's not 3D World.
3D.
From what it looks like, it is a sequel to Mario 64 / Mario Sunshine. It could be a Mario Galaxy type. We'll see. January's info drop better be filled with third-party titles.
What's that sexy?
To me, that's not
Facebook,
super
man.
important.
Hi, Mr. Kirkson.
Like,
Hashtag make Chainsaw 8 great again.
I don't buy Nintendo consoles for third-party titles unless they're third-party exclusives.
Right.
If it's like, here's Bayonetta 2, I'm in. But if they're like, here's Assassin's Creed 3, even if it was launched day and date on both consoles, I wouldn't get the Switch version.
No.
Which, you know, like Tony Hawk and Resident Evil both launched on the N64. Resident Evil 2 specifically. That wasn't the best place to play those games.
Nope.
So I mean, I have those games for it, but I didn't buy them for it when they came out. And that's not how I don't know. Having a bunch of third party support, at least getting the same games that everybody else is getting.
So if I was asking about bundles, I don't think there's anything confirmed yet, but there are 2 different bundles that have been rumored.
We talked about it in the last prep aid, yeah. Supposedly the console is going to launch at $250, and then there will be a bundle that's $3, and then there'll be a bundle that's $350. The $250 is just going to be the unit with the controller, the Joy-Con. The $300 will launch with Mario, and the $350 will launch with Zelda and a like the Pro controller.
So is it going to be like future you get it when it comes out kind of thing? Because it's the new Zelda that's coming with it, right? Okay, so like you buy this and you get it like launch day or whatever.
That or it's just not.
Or
That's
it
fake.
just won't be available until. Or yeah, that could have been their initial intentions, and then they realized that Zelda wouldn't make launch. But again, all of this is still rumor.
Because Zelda's their biggest thing, right? Like people were buying this so that they could play.
I mean, Mario sells way more copies than Zelda.
It's so
Really
I gotta be honest.
interesting.
It's
Zelda doesn't. I think the best selling Zelda game has maybe sold like 6 million. Yes.
I find it to be very annoying that
Star Wars Battlefront.
we're not getting Zelda at launch here. It's like, we've only had since Skyward Sword released, which, for some context, I played that on my fucking honeymoon 5+ years ago, almost 6 years ago now.
Yeah.
Like, because we were at a hotel, and I was like, I'll bring a little Wii. And yeah, they've had 6 years to make Breast of a Child, and they still might not make it. That's absurd.
Shit's getting real.
Just keep the glasses here.
I mean, if it's not ready,
Yeah.
it's not ready. Sure, delay it, right? But,
Yeah.
like, it fucking should be. You've had, like, 6 years.
Well, I mean, when they launched, what was it, Twilight Princess with the Wii whenever it launched, right? Like, that
Yeah.
was a lot. That was a day one.
Yeah.
And they had a bundle, so it kind of makes sense. They didn't do it with Wii U because they
I
didn't
don't
have
think they had
another
a
one.
bundle. I think the only
No, but
bundle
like you
was
could buy it together. I think a lot of people did. They ended up buying that because there
yeah.
wasn't a whole lot of titles. There was like that and
Super Monkey Ball,
Super Monkey Ball,
Rayman Raving Rabbids.
more rabbits, more
Yeah.
rabbits.
First time you saw Rabbids was launch day.
That was a long time ago.
Trauma Center.
Trauma
That game was
Center.
actually pretty great, though.
So yeah, I
The
mean,
best one.
I think I don't think this launch lineup's bad. Like, I'm actually, when I first read about the Mario Rabbids game, I was super like, what the fuck? And the more I've thought about it, the more excited I get for it. So, I mean, obviously there's a lot of details that we'd have to know, like if it actually is true.
Like,
Bring
see,
back Rock and Roll Racing or Road Rash.
yeah.
We are getting Road Rash-like games before the end of the year. So, be on the lookout for those.
Mario's like, oh, we're not going to put Geno in any games. But we'll put Rabbids in this one.
Dude, I want Geno and Malo in it so fucking bad.
Right? I know, right? But like, no, we're not going to do that.
It doesn't
but,
mean that
but
they're not gonna
Rabbids,
be in it.
you can have those.
It doesn't mean that they're
There's,
not.
I know,
There's
I
just
know.
also going
I'd be willing to
Rabbids.
bet that they probably won't be.
It's just a question of, that was a game that was made by Square, and this would be a game that's made by Ubisoft. So, it's a weird relationship thing where they like partner up for the ownership of Geno and Malo.
I mean, the relations have to be pretty decent since they have Cloud and,
Yeah.
For sure.
in Smash Bros.
But it's a question of would they put characters from a Square game in a Ubisoft Nintendo game? I don't know.
Well, no, that's not what I was saying. What I was trying to say was, like, Ubisoft fuck off completely. Like, here are these characters people have been wanting forever, and they're like,
Yeah.
well, we can't give you that,
Yeah.
but we'll give you Rabbids instead. And it's like, hey, fuck you, Nintendo. You would do this shit to me, wouldn't you?
So I have a question about the Mario Kart for a second. The
Okay.
port of Mario Kart. So they showed in the preview for the Switch, the announcement trailer, it looked like a new Mario Kart. They're just going to add new characters?
What it looked like to me is Mario Kart 8 with new carts, new characters, and new stages. And all the stuff previously from Mario Kart 8. That's what it looks like. And the ability to do switchable items.
Right, switchable items. So there's like...
Extra Life's over, by the way.
We need to delete that. Or we just need to keep Kurtzen doing that. Like, where's my new Metroid game? That's a very fair question.
It's a goddamn good question as far as I'm
Dude.
concerned.
I don't know.
Did y'all like the last one, though? I know that there was a lot of...
TKP and I
that.
both bought Metroid Prime Federation Force for 3DS with the intent of playing it together. Haven't even played it.
I was going to say, y'all are so
Haven't even
excited.
played it.
But have you completed it?
We'll do it at some
Go on.
fucking ridiculous. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, as far as Mario Kart, or I'm sorry, Super Mario RPG, the Rabbids thing. Like I said, I was not excited about it at all when I first heard it announced. But as time goes on, the idea interests me more. Of like, if it plays and looks like if it basically looks like Super Mario RPG, if it looks like a smaller game, at least in terms of visuals. But they like throw Rabbids in there as the enemies, like as different enemy types. I think that would be super awesome.
No, I think you misunderstand.
No, this is not.
It's going to just be Rabbids playable against other Rabbids.
Oh.
And then there's going to be a cameo with Mario.
Hey, Dr. Butts, how you doing?
What's going on, Dr. Butts?
Good to see you, baby.
Metroid Party will be out second
Metroid
quarter.
Party. I'd play the shit out of that one, though.
What,
Wouldn't be
Yeah,
here we are
that's
bitching about Federation Force, but it's like, oh, Metroid Party? Oh, I'd get down on that fucking big time.
Anything else you guys want to talk about with the Switch launch lineup rumors? Well, like, what do you think? I mean, does this make you more or less enticed for the Switch, or are you like, I can wait now. I can wait for Zelda.
I mean, no, but I can't wait for the new Mario.
Yeah.
If it's going to be like Mario 64. But it's like, okay, gotta get the Switch because there's Zelda and Mario. Now it's like, okay, well, now there's just one. And it's like, well, fucking cheers. Thanks.
Yeah, I
But
don't
we
know.
still don't know what Retro's doing.
There could be more that we still don't know about, though. So
Based off of just if it's just that, I don't know if day one is necessarily where I'm going to be running. Like, I might wait till Zelda gets out, because Zelda might be the one thing that I'm really interested in playing. Obviously, I'm committed right now to Skyrim and another platform. I do not want to start all over again in Switch.
Well, you did that once already.
Yeah, but it took me 5 years to feel comfortable doing it again.
Yeah. But imagine if you could take it on a plane or on a train,
I'll live.
on a
You know,
boat.
there are other things I could do. I
While you
will
wear
be
a coat.
fine. Might grab it during the next holiday season.
Keep it
It's a
in
good
your
way to
tote.
put it. We need a DS stream where all your apes are playing and someone walks around with the camera.
nope.
Nope.
Okay,
I mean,
Yes,
terrific.
rule.
if VR streams were fucking a nightmare and a half,
You can only imagine.
fuck
Jesus.
that.
We're definitely going to be doing some Switch streams, though.
I'll have to post
Yeah,
a picture of
for
how
sure.
Well, he's saying a DS stream.
we're all of
Which
us
would be
are.
kind of the same, but we could literally stream DS. We get Tomato's capture card thing, but yeah.
Oh, is that how he did it last
We
time?
will be January
Come on
12th.
and slam and I come
Welcome to Japan.
to Japan. There you go. It's in a very green
I like
font.
that name.
Hello!
Like how
Come on says.
digging out the cum is spelled properly too. You know?
The cum is spelled properly. We will be
Come on.
doing a...
But yeah, thanks for the follow as well.
yeah, appreciate it. We'll be doing a live reactions to the Nintendo press event for Switch on January 12th. So make sure when you guys watch that, come watch it here with us.
Right here. Right now.
All right.
Nintendo switch this shit off.
Val says he'll come stream.
I'd say
I'd be
that's
like,
good enough reason to move to the next slide.
I agree.
So the Game Awards.
Jeff
Jeff Keighley took over the Game Awards
Ba-
2
ba-
years ago, and it's, in my opinion, the best they've ever been.
Yay.
So last year's and the year before, like, they were actually decent award shows. You get announcements, you get like reveals, but then they give out what I think is the best trophy that they've ever. Or I guess is that a trophy? What is that award? I guess you just call it an award. Would you call an Oscar a trophy?
Yeah, technically I think it's a trophy.
Guys, I got the trophy for being the coolest
I
dude.
mean, they usually just refer to it as an Oscar,
Yeah.
but
Like it's a Golden Globe.
A VGX. Oh wait, it's not a VG. It's a TGA.
That thing right
Yeah,
there is crazy
if we ever
looking,
do
by
like a
the way.
legit chainsaw boards, we're gonna give out
Golden
big
Reggie's.
big fists.
Oh, there needs to be a Golden Reggie.
No, they
You can just sit on it.
need to be 8 faces.
Nah, man.
They need to be little chainsaws.
Nah, man. No, they don't.
Yeah. call
Little
it a trophy.
chainsaws? I think the little
Appreciate
chainsaws.
So-
Amazing idea.
I prefer just the fists idea, right? You can get those cheap too. But
From some
last
website.
year's Game Awards is incredible. We had exactly. We had old Jeff Keighley calling out Konami live, which is great.
No,
You
so-
had who was it? The one from Electronic Arts.
Jade Raymond.
Yes, it was like, and we all know Metal Gear Solid would not be complete without David Hayter being the voice actor. With Kiefer Sutherland there, which was great.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. Yeah, it was a bunch
It was
of
a cool show.
It was like, I can't believe they fucking did that a couple different times.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping for more of that this time.
Disclaimer. Thank you,
Yeah,
Idify.
appreciate the disclaimer. What's cool is Jeff Keighley is presenting an award to Hideo Kojima on stage.
Cool.
And he's calling it like Kojima's redemption, which is badass.
He's doing
That's-
it this year?
That's
he
the award he's
specifically
getting? Is that like a
That's
lifetime
not the name of
achievement?
the award, but yeah, he's doing like a lifetime
Gotcha.
achievement award thing,
Cool.
which is really cool.
That is really cool.
So yeah, you guys ready to get into it? What we're going to do is we're going to go over all the nominees, and we're just going to discuss what we think of the nominees overall, and then which one we think should win and which one we want to win.
So I think
That's what we did last year.
before we're going to be streaming the Game Awards live.
We are. Me, you, and hopefully Idify.
Yes.
Idify.
Oh my god. What we also need to do is have like a whiteboard. We'll go to CBS and pick one up. See if we can take bets and see who wins. I know we have one here, but I'm not packing on the plane.
Okay.
But yeah. Because I want to be able to cast bets on this.
Okay. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I
Like
I
you did
betting,
whenever
so-
you did E E3.
The guy needs
Exactly.
to get out Kojima's nuts already, says Idify. Dude, your cat is tripping balls.
Alright, can we
Can we move
Moving
this
right
along?
along.
can we do
Woo! Idify.
Do you want to, like, the game of the year is the first one. Do you want to start there, or do you want to just come back to it?
fuck it, let's start there for
Yeah,
now.
let's
We're
go
going to be
with
going
the
back
game.
over this
Yeah.
at a more appropriate time and date anyways, so just hitting it.
The game of the year nominees are Doom by id Software / Bethesda, Inside by Playdead,
Mm.
Overwatch by Blizzard Entertainment, Titanfall 2 by Respawn and Electronic Arts. And finally, Uncharted 4: Thief's End by Naughty Dog / Sony Interactive.
Okay. So
it is Doom, Inside, Overwatch, Titanfall 2, and Uncharted 4.
I gotta say, starting off, I think there's one here that's most likely going to win.
that's what I want to do.
I want to
make cast bets. I want to cast what we think is going to win. Like, if it's
what I was just talking about, what we're about to do right now.
Okay, yeah.
There's one thing I do want to comment on, just personally speaking. Exclamation point disclaimer again.
We have already done, yeah.
But just for the sake of disclaimer, I'm like personally disappointed to not see Battlefield 1 on here.
Yeah, that's what somebody else just said.
I think it. Yeah,
no BF1.
Yeah, I think it's. Personally, I think it's a better game than a lot of the games on this list.
Titanfall was unique in a lot of ways, but I do
not
think it was better than Battlefield 1.
Yeah,
in my
I would have preferred to see Battlefield 1.
I got an idea.
For single player and multiplayer.
We bet whoever loses takes shots.
I completely.
Y'all are going to get so trashed.
Dude,
I'm excited
my phone
to watch it.
will not stop vibrating.
Well, maybe it's important.
No, I'm checking it now.
Now's the time to move it up to that prostate,
like a
baby.
picture.
You know what I'm saying?
Dang, my wife said, I got you some ice cream, and then I ate it.
Why would she tell you then?
I don't know, but I
That's
love
fucked up.
So what do I think is going to, let's start with what do you guys think, what do you want to win, and then what do you think will? Let's start with what do you want to win.
What do you want to win, DKP?
Doom.
Okay, why?
Because it's by far, it's... I'm going to be talking about it too long. No, it's what people have been wanting first-person shooters to be for a very long time. It says fuck you to story. Unless you want it. It's there.
Yeah.
But even your main character doesn't give a shit.
This is what you think will win or what you want?
No, it's what I want to win.
Wants to win.
And so the guy's like, no, be careful with that. And then your Doom Marine just kicks it in. He's like, nah, I don't care.
Yeah.
Very beginning, the little thing comes down to talk to you and he just pushes it out of the way and you move on, right? Minimal cutscenes. It focuses on gameplay and exactly what made first-person shooters great. Which was, just the fast, chaotic movement and the shooting.
Yeah.
It didn't rely on epic set pieces and moments. It doesn't give a shit about any of those. Those kind of happen, organically throughout as you play. There's those epic things that happen.
So like original Doom.
Yeah, it's not like, hey, here's where you're gonna have that epic moment. We want you to have it right here, right? No, those kind of happen just as you play it.
That's cool.
It depends on how you play it, how you want to do it with your weapons and such.
Yeah.
Tremendous, and also it's a very rare thing to be playing Doom and it actually be that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Agreed.
So that's what I want to win.
Well,
what I think's gonna win? Uncharted. I mean, because it's Uncharted.
Well, that's
I like Uncharted, but
yeah. I mean, Idify agrees with you. He says Uncharted as well.
What do you think, JDigDug?
Well, so this is a very interesting
Doom,
group.
Inside, Overwatch, Titanfall, and Uncharted 4.
These are all such different games.
For sure.
Right? So that's kind of big. So what I want to win
Bubsy 3D is going to be Game of the Year.
It's actually Uncharted 4. Because I'm huge on story-based games. Like, I really liked it. It's a lot of fun. It had a lot of replayability because I had to restart it whenever we were playing on the stream.
It's definitely Game of the Year material on its own.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah.
And of course, it being like, potentially the end of that franchise and stuff. Typically, those kind of go out with a bang. That's what I'd like to win. I think Overwatch is going to win, though. Because it has blown everyone's expectations. It destroyed so many different games that were supposed to be like it that just didn't take off. Shoot, we saw one. Oh, what was that game called? Can't even remember it. It's RIP. Didn't
Paladins?
even do well. No, not Paladins. Though that one was Battleborn. And I spent so much money on that game.
Yeah, that was Gearbox. Like,
and it just
hey
died
guys,
out.
can we milk any more out of this fucking Borderlands teat? Yeah, I know it's technically not Borderlands, but it's Borderlands.
It was Borderlands. It had a different feel to
it's
it.
Like, no,
but not
I
really.
think people are about fucking done with that. As far as like new ones coming out, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I think Borderlands 3 would do really well.
Probably because it stays with it. But Battleborn, yeah, that's the one. Barely born and already dead.
Barely
so
born.
True. It just kind of obliterated those, and I think that it's gonna kind of sweep people to do well.
I would not be surprised if I watch one. What I want to win is Uncharted 4: Thief's End. Perfect ending to the franchise. Like, loved every second that I was playing it. Visually stunning. A lot of very interesting moments that... My favorite moments in the game were, like, quieter moments. Like, conversations between Drake and anyone else. All the conversations were very well written.
It had a great bathroom.
Don't forget they do have great bathrooms. And yeah, I absolutely think it deserves to win. I think it will be either Uncharted 4. Like, I'm going to say one of the two, but I think it'll be either Uncharted 4 or Inside. I think Inside has a
That
very
Indie
strong
World?
chance.
If Inside wins, I'm gonna be so fucking annoyed.
Inside's
It was
great.
good, but it's not fucking Doom or Uncharted good. I'm fucking sorry.
I
Like,
mean, I
it's
don't disagree with you,
It's
but
just not.
I think the people who are going to be
Look,
voting,
it's just not.
it's a lot of people from, it's people like heads of all the video game outlets.
Yeah.
And all these people gave it 10.
I mean, and I hate to
So-
say it, but out of all of those, I could see why Titanfall wouldn't necessarily win.
I don't think
Based on it?
Titanfall's got a
I don't
chance.
And
I don't think so.
it's unfortunate, but there's so many different shooters out there.
A lot of people love Titanfall, but there's a lot of people who don't. But
It's
generally
still-
speaking, most people love Uncharted.
It's
Yeah.
badass to put that they made the list, though, right? So that's pretty fantastic. So good job, guys.
So
Same
yeah,
with Inside.
want it to be Uncharted, think it's going to be Uncharted. If it's not Uncharted, though, I think it's going to end up being Inside. Next category.
That happened.
That's
my
interesting,
fist
we
will
all
be
have
inside your
different-
ass, Tommy. Out of anger.
Next is Best Studio Game / Direction. Best Studio Game. No, Best Studio / Game Direction.
Right.
Gotcha.
Okay.
This is recognizing a game studio for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Blizzard for Overwatch, DICE for Battlefield 1, id Software for Doom, Naughty Dog for Uncharted 4, and Respawn for Titanfall 2.
I
Those
feel
are
like we
hard.
just talked about this. Holy fuck.
This will be
Inside
really
got
easy.
kicked out, and now we have Battlefield 1 on there.
So, best studio: Blizzard, DICE, id, Naughty Dog, Respawn.
Oh, I don't know, man. You want to kick this one
Want
off?
Doom to win. I think Battlefield's gonna win. I think DICE is gonna win.
I have to agree with that.
100%.
I have to. I think. Well, as far as want to win,
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know if I necessarily have a pony in this race. So I think that Doom did a really good job. It got it back to the franchise that you know and love. Like
This isn't about the game, though. This is about the studio.
Right. But that's what
It
I
was
mean.
game direction.
The
as
direction
well.
of it. So if as far as going back to its roots, right? Doom did a lot of that. It brought a lot of people back into the franchise and got people excited. It had a lot of buzz around it. People who didn't want to necessarily give it a chance did and were blown away. But I think Battlefield's going to win just because the hype is real right now.
Outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design.
They went back. Everybody going forward, and I think that's a big
I
conversation.
would say it should go to Doom. You know how, like, when Deadpool came out and that was so successful, it's like, wow, this is gonna set this new thing for, like, rated R comic book movies. Because it was like, hey, this is something you can do differently that's really fucking, it sells well and it's, new. I feel like that's what Doom's gonna do to a lot of, like, if we get another Duke Nukem game, which I feel would be ripe now in the success of Doom, it would actually be good. I don't know, Gearbox is doing it.
Yeah.
So maybe not. They just probably turn it into Borderlands, actually. But, yeah, I feel like it has the potential to do what Deadpool did for rated R comic movies.
I really liked what they did with Battlefield 1. I think that it's...
That's what you want, or what?
that's what I think's going to win.
What do you
Right.
want?
Oh, I actually agree with him on the Doom thing about wanting it to win because it went back. Like, I really like what it did. Like, I think that's, as far as direction is concerned,
Well,
they went back to...
To clarify a little bit, right here saying innovation doesn't mean necessarily going back or vice versa. True, but there's a way to capture a feel of old, but you can't
with
just...
new. Yeah,
Yeah, you have to be able to do new shit in order
Yeah.
to capture
I do think that
essence.
is a massive challenge
So-
of being able to, like,
agreed.
say, we're going to go back and make, like, we're going to take something old and we're going to put enough freshness in it to make it fun and engaging. Which a lot of times companies try and completely fail at that. So.
I just don't feel like that Uncharted, it's a lot... There's new technology and stuff like that, but the gameplay itself is following that same kind of storyline, right?
Yeah.
Same kind. Feels similar. That's not a bad thing. It
For sure.
just not necessarily falls under innovation. And I think innovation to me is not only just getting something and pushing it forward, but not losing where you came from and the roots and stuff like that. And I think both of those games, the Battlefield 1 as well as Doom, did a really good job on those things.
I think, similar to last time, I think the should and want to, or should and will, is the same for me, which is
Battlefield 1, yeah.
they should, because talking about going back, they've literally went back to World War I, and that, to me, is something that you can, like, fuck up super easily. Like, you could make that not work.
Yeah.
You can tell it like a campaign that doesn't have any class to it. You could make it I don't know, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, just doesn't have class. You got me here?
Trashy? I don't know. Classless?
Yeah, I guess. We'll just roll with that.
All right.
So, it could be they could really screw it up, and they did. They were able to capture the time, the setting, like the little, the stories, the short stories, the way they handled all of those individually speaking. I think it's an innovative way to do a campaign.
Yeah.
You know, Call of Duty has done something similar to it, but they didn't tell the story or present it the same way. The multiplayer, like, captured the essence of Battlefield while still, you know, going back and using a lot of, like, older, real-life technology.
Yeah.
You know, adding things like blimps and bringing the destructible
I mean, I
environments
thought it
and
was
stuff like that.
Distasteful.
Distasteful.
That's what you got.
Thank
right.
you.
Right.
That's what I
I
was
did
looking
think it was
for.
distasteful they made all the blimps look like dicks. Like, I understand you gotta get your jokes in, but come on, this is a serious topic.
That was a good one.
Lord Barbecue also
This
said
is a
Doom
serious
VR
topic,
was
you know.
by far his favorite experience on the Vive. Tried it at QuakeCon, and have they released that yet?
That's cool.
I don't know if they have. I want to say I don't think they have, but I could be wrong. So
Grab something to drink. Next is Best Narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game.
Okay.
okay, Doom. No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to say...
Nominees include Firewatch by Campo Santo,
Okay.
Inside by Playdead,
Figured that'd be on there.
Mafia 3 by Hangar 13/2K, Oxenfree by Night School Studio, and Uncharted 4: A Thief's End by Naughty Dog / Sony Interactive Entertainment.
You heard it first. It's gonna be want it to be Naughty Dog, and it's gonna be Naughty.
I agree. I think they did a fantastic job on the story. Killing it.
I think you're giving a little bit too much credence to indie games, which they do sweep in the past.
Yeah.
But I think this time Uncharted's gonna take it though.
Inside was great, but Naughty Dog was superb.
Yeah. Storytelling and narrative development. Yeah. I wish I would have played Mafia 3 by now, because I feel
That's
like
what
that
I
would be
said.
up there. Like, I feel like that would be high on the list, just
Mafia
based on
3,
what
I
I've
haven't
seen.
beat it. They're still adding content in, so I'm waiting to finish it.
And that might be what hurts it. Because it's not ready.
Yeah, and I think honestly, like that's why I'm not saying Mafia 3.
We've got too many problems.
Just based on like what I've seen in cutscenes and like what I know from the story and talking to people and reading reviews, it seems like Mafia 3 will be that for me. But as someone who's never, not once played it, never even popped it in my console to install, I can't definitively say.
Mr. Kirkson says that he started playing Mafia 3, but dear God, it was a chore to play. The story looks great. And that might be the problem. Nobody gets through the good part of the story development. Like, if you can just watch it, let's just watch it.
I hear the first 5 hours are incredible, but after that, it's the same 5 hours.
Just
like
a
30
wee
hours.
bit.
Gameplay is a pass.
Yeah.
I'm
That's unfortunate.
gonna go with Uncharted should win. Firewatch will.
Why do you say that?
Because narratively speaking, that game was interesting, and from the perspective of, like I said, the heads of all of these gaming publications, gaming media, from places like IGN and GameSpot, they are going to like really, really focus on what the narrative was and the way that the story was told in Firewatch. Because it was really good. And it just seems like something that they would pick. I think Inside, there's not enough there to understand what the fuck even happened.
You have to
with
replay it.
Oxenfree.
Yeah, you have to almost play it several times to kind of...
But even then, it's like up for debate as to what the fuck even happened. Like, there's no... Similar to...
Some people
like
love that
Virginia.
shit, though. Some people are
I know,
all
I think
about
that's
it.
cool. I don't know.
I don't think it's the optimal way to tell a story, though.
Yeah. I wouldn't give best narrative to something.
Yeah.
Best art direction. We're done with narrative.
Yep.
Yeah. Best art direction for outstanding creative and technical achievement in artistic design and animation. Nominees include Abzu by Giant Squid /505, Firewatch by Campo Santo, Inside by Playdead, Overwatch by Blizzard Entertainment, and Uncharted 4 by Naughty Dog, and some. So this is best art direction.
Can I give I don't care on this one?
Yeah, of course you can.
Okay, cool.
We can move past you, not have to
The
listen
only
to your shitty opinions.
the only one that it's like that I played really is Uncharted out of those, and it's like best art direction. No, like looked great, but it's not one of those like, oh, this is unique and really cool. So yeah, I don't care.
I
I
think
don't have much to say on this.
This is where indie games are going to come in. It's either going to be Firewatch or Inside.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
Yeah.
And
they're going to win something, right?
I think it should be Inside as well.
Yeah, this is where Inside has
But
to
should
shine.
it though?
Yeah.
Because we've already got that in Limbo, and there's been a couple different games that had looked very similar.
Have you played through it?
I've almost beaten it. Yeah.
You should play through it and like focus on it. Because, sorry, I'm not saying you're playing it wrong. I know you take offense to like half the things I'll say about the way you play games. But just like that right there, look at that face.
No, that's about my character, not about me playing games.
Look,
Oh,
because
God,
I
gotcha.
am
But go on though.
It is on a completely different level than Limbo.
Limbo is, yeah.
It plays just like it.
but it feels
from
different.
from the perspective of art direction,
So you
It
mean
is-
the silhouetted sort of gameplay that it had?
silhouetted gameplay.
Or
I
no,
don't mean the
silhouetted art
gameplay.
style. From
No.
the
But it's
I don't
not
mean
really
that.
silhouetted.
a lot of it was though. Well, that's what it. That's what it.
It
that's
was
what I
That's
thought.
dark.
that's what I'm saying. I think that you should
Yeah.
check it out again
There is
because
some-
there's like a lot of visual depth to the way that game works, and a lot of moments of like there is no two areas that look the same in that game. And although like you can look at it and go, it's just like one visual art style. Yes, the art style is pretty consistent with Limbo.
Right. No, I'm not saying it's not good. I'm saying I didn't find it innovative though. Like something we'd never seen before.
Best art direction.
Which is, yeah, this is
Right.
just-
what we're talking
But
about.
this doesn't have to do with
that's like if I
innovation.
just took what made Best Art Direction last year and remade that again. And it's like,
I agree, I think
now
Firewatch-
it's gonna win though because it won last year. When you do something again, when it's Best Art Direction, a lot of times that goes to like, hey, this is something new that we haven't seen,
Yeah.
and that I didn't get that from. So that's
Right here says Firewatch is my call, and that might be exactly why Firewatch wins. It's
Dr.
because-
Butt says Firewatch as well.
Yeah, for the art direction.
Tortilla Boy says Overwatch, but a bias. No, I think it's. I want it to be Inside. I think Inside deserves it, and this is where I think it's going to get it.
Inside.
Just like the like sadness of that world, the Twilight Zone-esque nature of the way that everything was laid out and put together, the way that they like whenever you would actually get inside the lab
when
area.
you would get what?
What?
When you would get what?
Inside the lab area.
Inside.
Oh!
Get it?
Give me them
Maybe
McRibs.
that's exactly
Go
what
on,
the
though.
movie was about.
It's very visually interesting. They do a lot of things with it, so. DKP. He's sweating over there. Best music / sound design. This is for outstanding audio, inclusive of score, original song, licensed soundtrack, and sound design.
Okay.
Okay.
Nominees are Battlefield 1 by Dyson Electronic Arts, Doom by id Software and Bethesda, Inside by Playdead, Res Infinite by Enhanced Games, and Thumper by Drool.
Interesting. Well, at least we have some cool additions.
So those last two I didn't play.
Yeah, me either. I don't know anything about them.
I guess I just don't like Inside very much. So besides
I don't remember there
pitter
being
patter
anything.
of footsteps and scraping crates, I mean, sure it fit the sad dystopian whatever world, but like
There was no music.
wasn't wowed by it because it was
There was only one part in that
minimalistic.
game where I feel like the sound was actually super effective.
So I gotta say Doom again. I hate to sound like a broken fucking record here, but
Doom should win that one
I'm gonna
hands
s-
down.
I'm going to sound like a broken record. I think it should be Battlefield.
I also think should be Battlefield in this one.
I don't know if
think
it will be Battlefield.
They did a really
Yeah.
good job.
Either that or Res Infinite, which I haven't played Res Infinite, but I'm talking about will win. I haven't played Res Infinite, but I hear it's an overwhelmingly like
oh yeah,
it
what will
overwhelms
win?
your senses.
What will win? Probably that.
Idify doesn't
I
care
agree.
about this one.
I didn't play
I'm
it.
so
but-
sorry. I guess we're moving on. Not really.
Supergiant Games usually does really well in this category, so their next game
Yeah, I
will
like
most
their-
likely be on here.
So want Battlefield to win. Think Resident. Best performance award to an individual for voiceover acting, motion, and or performance capture. Nominees include Alex Hernandez as Lincoln Clay in Mafia 3.
What? Not going.
There's
Really? I
someone
love
named
the
Alex
score.
Hernandez. What a terrible name.
This is the worst.
Sissy Jones as Delilah in Firewatch.
Okay.
Emily Rose as Elena in Uncharted 4. Nolan North as Nathan Drake in Uncharted 4. Troy Baker as Sam in Uncharted 4. That's
Is that it?
Yep.
Laura Bailey.
You just suck Laura Bailey's dick though. So
I'm going with
should or will.
Yeah, should or will.
Should. Okay, so
Alex Hernandez, Sissy Jones, Emily Rose, Nolan North. Oh, Rich Sommer is Henry in Firewatch as well, and then Troy Baker is Sam.
I'm pretty confident Nolan North is going to win it. Like,
I think Nolan North's gonna win it. I think it should go to Alexander Hernandez for
Mafia 3.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because despite about the shitty story pacing, Lincoln Clay as a character was awesome.
Idify, you think that Troy Baker's going to win? Interesting.
As Sam,
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah.
I think I'm not 100% sure. I think one of the Uncharted 4 people will win, but I really want it to be Rich Sommer as Henry in Firewatch. Like his performance is super, super good.
All right, Henry.
Like he brings that character to life.
I've not had an opportunity.
No
to
voice acting in any other game this year. Not of
Guess
note.
not.
All of these, like people submit these for nominees, and all these got the most votes. I agree. Nolan has just too big a name. Yeah.
But I never once said like, oh man, I really need fucking Nathan Drake's villain haircut brother to fucking win. He blew me out of the park. No. Like, where's Sully in that, if anything?
Yeah, no kidding.
You're gonna have everyone else in there.
Yeah.
Or Laura Bailey.
Or Laura Bailey.
Who's Laura Bailey?
She plays the other chick.
Wasn't she in there?
No, she's not in this list.
Oh.
She plays, I can't remember her name, but the black chick.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
South Africa. Yeah. I think somebody from Uncharted will win, not 100% sure, but I want it to be Rich. Everybody go?
Yep.
Games for Impact Award. DKT's
Interesting.
favorite category.
You like that impact?
For a
I don't even know what this
for a
is
thought-provoking game with a profound pro-social meaning or message.
Jesus Christ. This is like
What's this category called? Sorry,
Games for Impact Award.
Deep Impact Award.
Can we have a category called Brace for Impact Award, where it's the exact opposite? I'll have like hatred in there and some other shit tier titles.
We can in ours.
Let's do it.
Okay. Just for you.
You're right.
Just to balance out all the good in the world.
All right, what you got?
So nominees include 1979 Revolution by Ink Stories, Block Hood by Plethora Project / Devolver Digital, Orwell by Osmotic Studios / Surprise Attack, Sea Hero Quest by Glitchers, and That Dragon Cancer by Numinous Games.
That Dragon Cancer most likely is going to win.
That is the only one of these games I've ever even heard of.
Exactly. That's exactly why I picked it.
I was about to be like,
oh, right.
Well, I guess this is one of those I couldn't give a fuck sort of categories, because I don't know any of these.
I think
whatsoever.
I did not like That Dragon Cancer. I didn't think it was that good of a game. But it is, like, emotionally, like, exhausting to play through.
I'm surprised
But don't you
Inside's
feel like
not on here
sometimes it's cheating a little bit?
to make it really emotional?
Yeah, like, for example, when I was having to take a writing class in college, I didn't know what to write about, but I wanted to obviously get a good grade. So I just wrote about some shit with cancer. That was real. And I figured, I was like, it wasn't even that good, because I just whipped it up. And the guy fucking wrote a note with it that was very good on this. It's like, all right, thanks for the grade, see you later,
Yeah.
right? I feel like, you know what I mean?
I would
like,
feel that way if it wasn't, like, 100% a true story. And what I mean by that is,
Maybe that's what it
the
means.
guy who created the game, his son had cancer. Like, there are 4 characters in this game. If you count the doctors, like 6 or 7.
Wah.
There are like 4 main characters in this game. Let's just say 2. The husband, the wife, the kid with cancer, and the kid's sibling.
Mm.
All 4 of those characters are based on the real people. They even have the real names of the real people. And the guy who created this game is the father. And the reason he created this game is... Oh, bet you can't wait to hear this.
I've already heard it before.
Talk about depressing.
On your 52, but go on.
Yep. So he, his son had cancer and was dying, and the doctor recommended that he, like, as a, I guess, a healing tool or as something to, like, help him, was to write in a diary. But he's like, the guy wasn't a writer. He doesn't make documentaries or anything like that. He's a video game designer. So his way of coping with his son having cancer was to make a game.
This is like the most depressing walking simulator ever.
It's dude.
Does he charge money for this game?
Yeah,
that's kind of weird too, though.
Yeah, but it got to a point to where the game, like, it took him 4 or 5 years to make it, and the game starts when, I don't know, the cancer is just kind of when you find out that he has cancer, which is kind of about the time that he started making the game.
Mm.
And the game finishes about a year after the kid dies, is when he finished it.
Right.
And
Wait,
it
the
goes
kids
through
die?
the kid's death. Come on.
I mean, then no one. Yeah, that one's winning. Like, kid with cancer, death, true story.
To me, it's like it's a thought-provoking game, but from a gameplay perspective, from like mechanically speaking, it is a piece of garbage. One of the worst. Like, the art style is terrible.
So, yeah, that's what a couple people are commenting on here. How to win VJ, have a child gets cancer, make a game about what follows, win award.
Question mark,
Otherwise, it's probably for charity, the money's paying for it.
Oh, yeah, he actually mentions that in the credits.
Does he? That's where all the sales go to?
Not all the sales, I don't think, because he had to work on this game for 4 years, and his kid had cancer.
A piece of it does.
So, I'm sure he has medical bills and bills that he needs to pay. So, my guess is some of that money went to help cover the cost of living.
Dr. Butts says, another sob story. It's obvious. Cancer guy's going to win because the judges feel bad for him.
I mean, that's the only one I've played out of any of these.
Sometimes
all 5 of these games could be about cancer.
I know, right? We don't have any idea. It's something that's thought-provoking, so...
Yeah.
Wait, I don't think Revolution 1979 is going to be about a dude who has
up?
cancer, though.
Yeah.
What's up, Paints?
What's up, Paints?
But it's just weird to have that in there, because it's almost like, hey, guys, here's our fucking, hey, we have this dance competition. Now, this person is about to die in 2 weeks of cancer, though. Don't let that affect your judging, though, all right?
Yeah, right.
And it's like, what the fuck? Come on,
this
man.
kid's got metal feet.
Like,
he's half robot.
His
Great.
It's.
I'm going against a robot. I'm fucked.
I just feel like that gets it graded on a really unfair curve.
Yeah,
for sure.
And
I can totally understand that. I can't say I necessarily agree with it, but it makes sense to me. And it's like the Games for Impact Award. The description of it is for a thought-provoking game with a profound pro-social meaning or message. Like, to me, that is that game
die from cancer?
to the T.
Yeah.
That Dragon Cancer.
What's the pro-social message?
I don't think it's a pro-social message. It says
Charities.
pro-social meaning or message. And I think the message is coping with loss. I think it's coping with the child. Like, there's one particular level, to me, it's like the hardest level emotionally to play, where you're in the hospital with the kid overnight, and the kid, like, does not stop crying. And this part goes on for, like, 20 or 30 minutes, and you, like, cannot calm the kid down. And your goal is to try to calm the kid down. And then after, 20 or 30 minutes, you realize that you just can't do it. Like, you can't stop the kid from crying. Because he's in so much pain. And, like, that is, like, fucking heart-wrenching. When you get to the realization that the purpose is to not be able to do it, you're like, oh, fuck. Like, this is supposed to be happening.
That's...
Yeah. I don't know, I feel like Metal Gear Solid 3 would be a more emotional experience.
Pro-social message. Don't get cancer.
Don't get cancer.
Supporting cancer's research? Yeah, potentially, if there's a tie to a charity.
Which we did without having to play this Oscar bait video game.
That's true.
Thank you.
What's up, Morning Shark? Best independent game.
Right, Kirksand? We got that extra life going?
Oh, wait, did you guys give a...
I didn't have one.
Okay.
So I haven't played...
I think it's going to be
I haven't played any of them.
A pillow will calm my kid's life.
Oh, my God.
So, Kirksand,
how right you are,
You're a good egg, Mr. Kirk.
Our community's fucking...
I like Hi-Defi's response to that.
Okay. Best independent game for outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system. Nominees include Firewatch by Campo Santo, Hyper Light Drifter by Heart Machine, Inside by Playdead, Stardew Valley by Concerned Ape / Chucklefish Games, and The Witness by Thelka Inc.
I think Inside.
Will or want to?
I think it will. I don't know if I have a want here.
I don't really care about any of these.
I feel like they're going to win something.
I want to win? Hyper Light Drifter, I guess. I don't know. That was fun.
Okay.
What do I think will win? Inside.
Not Stardew Valley, bro?
Wait, I didn't. I guess I misheard you on that one.
Yeah,
I totally fucking want Stardew Valley to win.
Yeah, you probably just toned it out after I said what the title is.
And I hope Stardew Valley wins.
It's by the game developers are called Concerned Ape.
Then I'm going with Stardew Valley will win, and I hope it wins.
There you go.
Game's tremendous.
Hyper Light Drifter deserves it. Dr. Butt says, I'm going to vote for the Concerned Ape. Just because he has a cool name.
Right.
And it's the right choice.
JD, do you have an
Inside.
opinion?
I think Inside will win. I think that they're trying to set it up, right? It's obviously got a lot of nominations and some weird ones, right? Like Game of the Year, for example. So I feel like it's going to win Indie, definitely.
I think Firewatch should.
I think, yeah.
And I think The Witness will.
I don't know. The Witness, I think, like, was set up to be that game. But when it released, people were like, yeah, you know, this is a little bit cryptic and less fun than I thought it'd be.
I think a lot
overall.
of the reviews that you watch, like Super Bunny Hop, felt that way about it. But, like, the people who nominated and are voting for these games all gave it 10s.
Arby's Corp just popped in.
What
Holy
the
shit.
Real
fuck?
shakes have curves.
What
Man,
the fuck? We've been
your
talking about
ears
you
must
for
have been
weeks, Arby's
burning.
Corp.
Been
Yes.
missing you, baby.
Yep, we've been missing you. Good.
Oh, sweet. We were having a conversation about fast food. I feel like you knew.
Next category, best mobile/handheld game.
Oh my
For
god.
the best game playable on portable devices, including mobile phones and dedicated game handhelds.
Okay.
Nominees include Clash Royale by Supercell, Fire Emblem Fates by Intelligent Systems /Nintendo, Monster Hunter Generations by Capcom, Pokemon Go by Niantic, and Severed by Drinkbox Studios.
Like, yeah, Severed's on there.
Should and will.
I've never played any of these games.
Okay.
Well, and handheld, this is such an interesting, like, craziness. I mean, for the first time ever, we have augmented reality on here, right? So Pokemon Go, which obviously was hugely popular, kind of died off as quickly as it became a fad. But probably, I don't know, maybe Monster Hunter?
Should or will.
I want Severed to win, if I'm to be honest with you. That game was a lot of fun. But I think it's either going to be Fire Emblem or Fancy Steakhouse.
The drive-through.
Monster Hunter is probably, I don't know, one of those games. This is really, really popular.
I think Severed should win. The game is fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's so
and
good.
Pokemon Go will absolutely fucking win.
I
don't know, it had a lot of
It's kind of
problems.
dead now.
Yeah, like
I think that it probably lost a shitload of steam.
Pogo.
Pogo.
But I already said, like,
It's got a
I
different
don't
meaning
know,
for
so.
us, right? Just so you know. I'm so happy if the box runs away, then people will be able to find it and call us. This box runs away.
I think Pokemon Go. Yes, it was like a fad, but number one, there is still a very large community that plays it. Like, I think it's millions of people that still play it regularly. I see people at work playing it. Not to say that that's the reason that I think it will win. I think it'll win because of the impact it had on the year 2016. I think that there has never been a more popular video game in such a short amount of time that had as many concurrent players ever as this game. This game had more concurrent players than any game that you can possibly think of.
I mean,
Also,
sorry, go on.
And I think that reason alone, like where it's at in history, is enough for it to get the title of Best Mobile.
my heart wanted to immediately say Pokemon Go for the same reason, because of the impact that it made whenever it launched.
But does that mean best, or does that mean biggest fad?
That's what I'm saying. It was a fad, though, because there's not that. Yes, it's worldwide.
Biggest fad or best?
But they died off real
I
fast.
don't disagree with you at all. But I think, again, in context of how these judges are going to select a game, this is not a category that we as, regular human beings get to vote for.
I just don't think as many people played Severed, which is unfortunate.
Oh, definitely not. No.
Because it's so good. That's why I think either it's going to be Fire
I'd lose my
Emblem or...
fucking mind if Severed got it.
Yeah, that would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It would be like, oh my god, the people who voted for this played the
Person
game.
says Pokemon Go was a fad, but it was a huge fad.
Yeah, but it wasn't a fad that lasted all year. If it lasted all year and they were able to keep up with the demand and didn't have so many problems and bugs and big changes that they were making, that might be a different story.
So what are your thoughts?
That I think that Severed is
Should
the one
win?
that's the one that I would love to see win.
And you think Monster Hunter is what
I
you
think
said
it's
will win?
Monster Hunter or Fire Emblem, one of those.
I think Fire Emblem has actually a pretty good shot.
Because it's really popular, and they're consistently popular.
New category. Best VR game for the best game experience playable in virtual reality.
It's about time.
Nominees include Batman Arkham VR, Eve Valkyrie, Job Simulator, Res Infinite, and Thumper.
Res Infinite probably will win. I'm probably going to see. I want Job Simulator to win. Yep, that's it for me. I didn't play most of those.
Why do you want a Job Simulator? Because you played it?
Because I played that one, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't played any of the other ones.
So the only one I played was Job Simulator. But I think probably Batman's going to win. I don't have a should because I haven't played any of the other ones.
I think should and will be Job Simulator.
Hopefully, maybe.
Really, because it was one of the first?
No, not because it's one of the first, because it is one of the, best ways to show any normal person or a hardcore gamer or anyone. It's like what Wii Sports did in terms of motion gaming. Like, anyone can grasp what this is. And Job Simulator is that. I think there's magic in Job Simulator of things like something that I've never seen. Every single person I've ever seen play Job Simulator, whether it's in a video or in real life, when they pick up a donut out of the box and put it to their mouth, they open their mouth and try to eat it. They just myself included. Everybody does that.
No.
But your mouth is not captured for virtual reality. You're just so immersed in the experience that you think you eat the fucking donut.
Or you try to bend down to pick something up and try to grab the front of the desk to
and you try and
yourself.
You fall over. And I think those types of moments are going to make it's the best, in my opinion, proof of concept for what virtual reality is and what it can be. And again, it's just like a silly little tool where you...
Yeah, I hung out in Job Simulator longer than any of the other video worlds.
It's what my wife had the most fun in. It's what general people... It was the best-selling VR game for PlayStation VR when it launched.
Yeah, I don't know how many of those rotten or bad donuts I ate, just specifically.
Yeah.
Because of the reaction. If you haven't done it, play it. See what happens.
Pebble says votes for Job Simulator.
Plus, I threw shit at everybody.
Right here says Valkyrie and Job Sims. Hear good things about Valkyrie. Batman because of Rocksteady's last Batman game. Batman is short as fuck. You can't find a demo of it, but then you see the whole game. Yeah, it was short. I enjoyed it, though.
Also,
Batman the Detective. Valkyrie was cool. Also, Job Sim is made local. Hell yeah, it is.
That's awesome.
Yeah, when we were at the Austin Game Conference, I got to watch there. They did a presentation of okay, we made Job Simulator. It was the president and the vice president of the company. We made Job Simulator. Here are the things you need to keep in mind when you're making virtual reality.
Oh, okay.
Super. It was hands down my favorite part of ATX. Or whatever.
Very nice.
Austin.
You're welcome.
Austin Games Con?
Yeah. ADC.
ADC.
AGC. Whoa. We're moving ahead now.
Alchemy Labs is awesome. That's what Wright says.
Best action game.
Oh, I know which one's good.
For the best games in the action genre focused on combat. Nominees include Battlefield 1 by DICE, Doom by id Software, Gears of War 4 by the Coalition, Overwatch by Blizzard, and Titanfall by Respawn.
Alright, I think Gears of War will win. So I have a feeling it will.
Hold on, I'm going to guess what he says on the show.
I'm going to say Doom. Bet your ass.
This is actually the category I think Doom is going to take. What I think should... Gears of War.
Really? I honestly think Battlefield's going to win this one.
Cool.
Yeah. And I'm okay with that.
What should?
No, I'm okay with Battlefield winning. I think it should. I think it's a great action game.
Cool. I want Titanfall to win, but I think BF.
Yeah. Poor Titanfall. Love you, babe.
Right here says they got a contract to make Rick and Morty VR.
Yes!
Best action adventure game. The best action adventure games combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. Nominees include Dishonored 2, Hitman, Hyper Light Drifter, Ratchet and Clank, and Uncharted 4: Thief's End.
Truthfully, I think Uncharted 4 is going to take it. I want Dishonored 2 to win, though.
A sequel that lives up to, the first is kind of big. So, especially since there was a lot of expectations with Dishonored 2. It'd be awesome to see Dishonored 2 win this one, but I think Uncharted's going to do it.
Oddly enough, I want it to be Ratchet and Clank.
I knew you were going to say that as soon as I saw it come out.
And I think Uncharted 4 is a way better game. But I think Uncharted 4 is going to have plenty of awards that night.
Yeah, no shit, right? Uncharted 4 is going to take it.
I wouldn't be surprised if Hyper Light Drifter got it, but I think it's going to be Uncharted 4 to be Ratchet.
All right.
Moving on up.
It seems like everyone's kind of familiar with the
game.
fact that Uncharted is the fucking Yankees of video games. Yeah, no, they're good, but of course they are.
Dude,
so
that's kind of how I feel about it. Is when we get to our end of the Game of the Year stuff, mine is probably going to be Uncharted 4. But It's not cool that it is, and I don't mean it's like I need to be cool and hit to have some game that's better than Uncharted 4. Like I think it legitimately deserves it. But with that being said, it's like it's a known quantity. Yeah. It's like if they're like, we're going to make an Uncharted 5. Oh, cool, an incredible game. How exciting! There's no question of is it going to be good, or is it going to do something new, or is it going to have an amazing story? Like all of that stuff's known. So
I don't know. They have a chance of destroying the franchise or really messing something up.
What evidence do you have?
Too Charted, Too Furious.
I'm just saying, like,
if they name it Uncharted Revelations, you know it's going to be bad.
Right. Like, I mean, there's plenty
I don't think
of
so
other.
At all. I think if it's a developer other than Naughty Dog, maybe.
Well, like Naughty Dog's going to do a good job, right? But I mean, a lot goes into that, and they do change up just a little bit of stuff based off of like trying to keep it innovative, and they could fuck up. I mean, there's always the possibility because the hype is real, and the Uncharted fans, that shit runs deep.
I think they are one of the greatest video game studios like ever because they don't settle for like mediocre quality.
Correct.
And because of that, I don't think that it's possible for it to settle.
But other games have. So you're saying specifically Uncharted?
Yeah, in regards to the Uncharted series, I don't think that they would make a bad.
What about the Vita?
That wasn't made by Naughty Dog. It's a good game too, but it wasn't made by Naughty Dog. It's just as good, if not better, than the original Uncharted. Why didn't Paper Mario Color Splash make it to the best visuals? My heart is aching because it's only Uncharted.
Good question.
Too Charted, change the chart. But to me, it is kind of a cop out to say like Uncharted 4. It's just like Uncharted 4 is doing really well because they deserve it.
They do deserve it.
Fuck, man. We get it.
The one thing about that I'd say, I think that's why it feels like that, is because they do all these things well. But what would you say really is their innovation in gameplay from even Uncharted 2? Not much. It's like this one's you like Uncharted 2, then you'll love Uncharted 3. It's like 2, but better.
Yeah.
Better visually, and there's a random grappling hook in this one. It's not like monumental changes per.
Yeah.
And I think that's why people are like, okay, yeah, we get it. It's a great formula. Mm-hmm. You do it really fucking well. And the game is great. But, like, can we let something else fucking win rather than this proven formula?
That's kind of my issue is, like, we get it. Grand Theft Auto is an incredible game.
Yeah, no, like, I'm with you on that one, too.
Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be great. You don't have to, like, tell me. You don't, like, there's nothing that will prevent me from buying Grand Theft Auto 6. Like, nothing will prevent me from. And I know it's going to be absolutely incredible. But that game doesn't exist as far as we know. Same thing with, like, Red Dead Redemption 2. The game's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
No, that's different, at least, because, like...
No, it's going to be amazing.
No, I mean, like, as far as, like... it's the Yankees of games. Like, we don't get many of those.
There's not enough of them, yeah.
So that is like an ordeal, you know?
Yeah, but gamers, for the most part, they want that IP that came out of nowhere that knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, exactly. I want a surprise. Like, I want to be surprised. I like being surprised.
It's the underdog that wins. Like, we're always rooting for that. Like, big time.
Oh, cool, Mom. You got me a fucking 60-inch 4K TV. This is the best Christmas present ever. But this is what I asked for.
Yeah, but the shitty thing is at one point in time, Uncharted was that. You know what I mean? Uncharted became that new thing. Last of Us was, Naughty Dog stuff was that, was those games. And now, things are a little bit different, because it's like Gears of War 4. And we're not seeing Gears on here that often, right? And so, it is a tried and true formula, but it gets a little worn out. We get excited, we'll pay money for it, but we don't really want to give it an award.
I do want to object just a little bit to the innovation thing about it not having innovation. And don't get me wrong, it's subtle innovation. But the innovation, to me, is what I expected to be incredible about the game were the set piece like moments that were so great in Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3. Like when I'm like, you're playing Uncharted 3? Oh, I can't wait to see the plane scene. Oh, you're playing Uncharted 2? Wait till you get to the train.
But those aren't innovations. Those are what I said.
That's not what I'm talking about.
It's better than the previous one.
Let me
okay.
Grapple hook? Shut up and take my money.
But those moments weren't what was so incredible about Uncharted 4. What made Uncharted 4 so incredible were the small moments. The moment where you're in your house and you're in your basement and then you grab something like you get to choose whether you want a beer or a soda. Like little moments like that. And then you sit on the couch and you're having a conversation with your wife about dinner.
You liked that?
Oh, yeah.
Then you should play fucking Heavy Rain. You would die.
No kidding.
You wouldn't believe all those little choices you get to do.
That's what I'm talking about with innovation. Is that these moments are not moments that you would expect in Uncharted. These are not things that you would expect to see. Like, there's a moment where you're talking to Elena.
I see exactly what you mean, but I don't know if innovation is the word I would use.
Tweaking.
I would say, like, hey, this is unexpected. This is...
Yeah, for sure.
It's a storytelling device that's like, hey, it's not all action. Here's this... That's not... I wouldn't call that innovation.
Innovation in context of Uncharted, though.
Okay.
It is.
I see what you're saying.
So there's a moment in Uncharted 4, and I'll end it right after this, but moment in Uncharted 4 where you're talking to Elena and you guys are arguing, you're like having a relationship quarrel because Drake's been lying to her the whole fucking game.
Again.
And he starts to talk to her and she's like, no, I'm not going to talk about this with you now. Like, we're dealing with this situation that's going on. I'm not going to talk about this now. And then like 45 seconds later, she's like, fuck it, let's talk about it. Like you're playing the game and you like fight a couple of dudes and then she's like, let's talk. And it's just like, it was super unexpected for them to like have that moment of like, oh, we're not going to talk about this now. Meaning either A, they're writing it in a way to where they're just going to skip this conversation altogether, or B, they're going to wait for a moment till things calm down.
Or they're going to
but they don't do that.
Yeah.
They instead, like,
Lasting
you've killed like two guys and then she's like, okay, let's talk. Like it's an unexpected quantity. And I think that's super interesting. Next.
It's good writing. I mean,
yes, very, very good writing. Best role-playing game. The best games are designed for rich player character customization and progression, both offline and online, including massively multiplayer. The nominees include Dark Souls 3 by From Software, Deus Ex Mankind Divided by Eidos Montreal, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Blood and Wine by CD Projekt Red, World of Warcraft Legion by Blizzard Entertainment, and Xenoblade Chronicles Export by Monolith Soft. It's not export, it's just X.
Ooh. I like how they added the massive multiplayer piece, and they're like, and including, because we've got one to add to this.
They just rolled a bunch of RPGs.
Well, I want to win Warcraft Legion, baby.
Over Dark Souls 3?
No, I'm kidding. Dude, that's a hard one. I think Blood and Wine's going to take it. I want Dark Souls 3 to win. Like, because we're talking an expansion versus an entire fucking game, right?
Yeah.
I don't think the expansion Blood and Wine should beat the entire full experience of another tremendous game, right? So I think it will, because it's CD Projekt Red. Everyone loves CD Projekt Red, as you should. They're great, but yeah, that's what
they won Game of the Year last year.
Indeed, they did.
I would love to see Dark Souls 3 win, because I actually played that one out of all of the ones on here, and I actually did really enjoy it. Killed 2 bosses, feel good about myself. But I think World of Warcraft's actually going to take it. I think Blizzard's been in a lot of really good categories, and there's a potential that they could win Game of the Year, but there's a lot of, Naughty Dog might take that one. I think they're going to give Blizzard something. That's what I feel like.
I haven't played any of this at all. Didn't play Dark Souls, didn't play Deus Ex. Never played any of these. So I personally can't say which should win. I think based on which one of these games that I would play, if it's like, hey man, you have to play one of these games right now. Here's your options. Which one are you going to play? I'd play Dark Souls 3. So I'll go with that for should. Fuck, man. I don't know what will.
Now,
I really
the Game
have no
Awards
idea
is
what will.
voted by people, right? Or is it, like, nominated by the people?
It depends on the categories. This category is not voted by people. It's voted by, like... There is a panel of people that select these.
Gotcha.
Similar to, like, the Academy. There is a group of people who are chosen to vote for this. I don't think Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Blood and Wine should win. And it's nothing against Witcher 3 at all. It's just DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
it's an expansion.
That's why I didn't give it to it.
Yeah. Like, nothing personal Witcher 3. I hear it's amazing, and I hear Blood and Wine is incredibly good. So I have nothing against The Witcher at all. It's just not my kind of game. But I don't think that it should win. Like, if it was like, whatever expansion just came out for Dark Souls 3 was one of the nominations, I would say the same fucking thing. Mm-hmm. If it's a category of, like, best DLC, yeah, I could definitely give it to Witcher 3 just because I know how good it is. But yeah, I have no idea what's going to win this. Maybe Legion.
Yeah, the reason why I say Legion is because it's getting a lot of people back in the game, and they have not been able to do that since,
I've seen them every time an expansion comes out. I've seen people return to it every single time, but I've never seen them talk about it.
Yeah,
talk about an expansion like World of Warcraft players have talked about this. Until what was the last one that was really big that everybody loved
from WoW?
Yeah.
Wrath of the Lich King?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
They're like, this is the best one since Lich King. I've heard that so many times. Yep. Best since Lich King. So I think that makes it deserving.
People are still playing. People have played longer.
Bevem asks, Dark Souls 3 is a great game, but it's a great RPG. I would say it equally deserves to be in the best action game category to some degree, but I do think it's a great RPG.
Yeah.
It's basically you playing a silent protagonist, but the rest of the world is your kind of story. And as far as being able to be immersed as the chosen undead going up against impossible fucking odds, I'd say that they do that pretty well. Plus, so you got your stats, you got your weapons, you got your strategizing.
You gotta have that strategizing.
So I'd say just as much as Deus Ex minus dialogue trees.
Next category. Best fighting game. For a game designed primarily around head-to-head combat. Killer Instinct Season 3 by Iron Galaxy. King of Fighters 14 by SNK. Pocket Tournament by Bandai Namco. And Street Fighter V by Capcom.
Dude, is this really...
Never played any of them.
And I never played any of them either, but I'm feeling confident. There's a standout here. And that's
Pocket?
Killer Instinct. I didn't even know about the Pocket one.
Joel, you're nuts, man. Should be Street Fighter V, will be Street Fighter V.
That's what I'm saying.
Dylon.
That's what I'm saying.
Spit hot fire,
obviously, like Street Fighter V is the one I think that's the clear winner here.
I hear that Street Fighter V had some issues because it didn't launch with a campaign, like a story mode. It does have one now, and that it was kind of bare bones.
I didn't even know Killer Instinct came out with another one.
I think Pocket Tournament should win just because to me it's the most interesting. Never played it, but it's the most interesting, and I think Street Fighter V.
It's super Japanese looking right now.
Best family game. Best game appropriate for family play, including Toys to Life, rhythm, music, dance, and other genres.
This is your group right now.
Dragon Quest Builders by Square Enix. Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens. Pokemon Go. Ratchet & Clank. And Skylanders Imaginators.
What's going on, Son? I don't...
Son!
Don't have a fight in this one.
I've played Ratchet & Clank, Skylanders, and Force Awakens.
Played Force Awakens, Pokemon Go, and Skylanders.
I think I really want to play Dragon Quest Builders. I think I'm going to pick it up for Vita with a flight to Cali.
I've heard it's good. I'm not real big on builder games, though, personally.
Yeah, but if it's a combination of that with Dragon Quest, it sounds delicious. I want Ratchet & Clank to win. I think Pokemon will.
Alright. A couple people are saying Bandalanders.
I like Skylanders, but it's not their best one.
I think that Pokemon might win too, just because of the family aspect of getting everybody out.
Getting hit by cars. Kids love
finding corpses.
Finding corpses.
Finding murders.
4 kids walking down a railroad track. Good stuff.
How are you guys? Yo, who's the grill?
Who's the grill, yo?
Oh, how
That's
you doing?
JDigDug.
I'm JDigDug. What's up? I come in on Tuesdays normally. I'm joining the guys to help
stretch the episode out. And it's working. We're at an hour and a half.
Yeah,
best strategy game. Best game focused on real-time or turn-based strategy gameplay. Civilization 6 by Fire Axis. Fire Emblem Fates by Intelligent Systems. Banner Saga 2 by Stoic Studio. Total War Warhammer by Creative Assembly. And XCOM 2 by Fire Axis. Never played any of these.
Me neither. I think XCOM 2 will win.
Agreed.
And I don't really care what should win because I haven't played it, so I can't really say.
Not really big on turn on strategy.
It's going to be XCOM
Civilization
or Civ.
6 will win.
Yeah.
It's going to be between Civ and X.
And I'm going to say I think Banner Saga 2 should win.
Because you don't know?
Because I love the art style. It looks like a Disney movie.
Fair enough.
Oh, straight up it does.
If you saw a trailer, it would probably help a lot.
Total War Warhammer. I didn't even know that came out. Bad marketing, guys.
Best sports / racing game. They put it into one category. For additional and non-traditional sports and racing games. FIFA 17 by EA Canada, Forza Horizon 3 by Playground Games, MLB The Show 16 by Sony Computer Entertainment San Diego Studio, and NBA 2K17 by Visual Concepts, and one more, Pro Evolution Soccer by Pez Productions and Konami. Forza 3 should win, and it will win.
I haven't played any of them, so I'll just side with you, I guess.
Forza, I have played. Sure, why not? Let's go with Forza.
Bam, moving on. Best multiplayer game. Before we get to the fans' choice stuff. For outstanding online multiplayer gameplay design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences. Battlefield 1 by DICE, Gears of War by The Coalition, Overcooked by Ghost Town Games, Overwatch by Blizzard, Rainbow Six Siege, Ubisoft Montreal, Titanfall 2 by Respawn. Best multiplayer game.
Why do they even say massively multiplayer? They're not going to have any MMOs in.
It says just best multiplayer.
But in the flavor text to that, they didn't
including
say
co-op and massively multiplayer experiences. I don't know. I think 64 players in Battlefield is pretty massive.
I guess
pretty massive.
I want Overcooked to win. I think Battlefield 1 is going to win.
I love that because that's how I feel.
That's also how I feel.
And it's weird to hear you say that. Not necessarily weird, but just considering how much I've seen you play Battlefield. Overcooked.
Is it
fucking
but
so
crazy.
good.
Is it
It
fun?
is-
Yes. Is it the most unique in whatever? No, it's not unique. It's fun.
Yeah.
Overcooked is unique and fun in its own right.
I mean,
so that's
we
why.
almost tore each other apart on this couch. This couch right
Yeah.
here.
You guys watch
Start
esports
number.
at all?
Not really. Simp by Arkham. That's how I always feel.
What's up? I don't watch esports, so we're going to skip the esports player, esports team, and esports game
Yeah, who cares?
categories.
Trending gamer.
Trending gamer.
He said Legion was in there. I didn't. No, I don't believe
Was
it
it?
was.
Let me go through them.
You didn't read it at least.
Titanfall 2, Rainbow Six Siege, Overwatch, Overcooked, Gears of War 4, and Battlefield 1. That's it.
Guess not.
So yeah, we're skipping the esports categories because none of us watch esports. Apologies. So trending gamer. This is what Greg Miller won last year for a streamer, influencer, or media member who has made an important impact on the industry.
Should win DKP.
in
Who's
2016.
gonna win? I don't know yet.
Nominees
I ain't
include
getting
Angry Joe Show.
Don't know.
Dude, I hate Joe Show.
He's all right, but I hate his shtick of here's my angry review of Mafia. It's like enough. That's such a
Boogie 2988. I like Boogie.
I like him as a person. I hate his
Opinion.
hey guys, fuck me, everyone feel good sort of content. It's annoying.
Danny O'Dwyer.
I don't know who that is.
Jack Septic Eye.
I'm not sure who that
And
is.
Lyric. I don't know who Jack Septic Eye and Lyric are, personally. I don't like Angry Joe Show.
Boogie garbage.
I don't dislike Boogie. But definitely Danny O'Dwyer should take this. Danny O'Dwyer, you've
Was he?
actually seen Danny O'Dwyer.
I
in
love
person.
Dwayne O'Dyer. Yes.
Dwayne?
Dwayne. Good old
Dwayne
Dwayne.
O'Dyer. DKP, you and I, when we were at, what was that?
Wait, that was the
PSA,
Australian dude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
All
Australian
right. Well, I think DKP should win. I think Danny O'Dwyer will win.
He does a lot of really cool documentaries.
Yeah, he quit GameSpot about 3 months ago.
Patreon?
And launched a Patreon to make video game shorthand documentaries. And they are great.
What's it called?
No clip.
No clip. Yeah.
Huh.
It's a
So
lot
I've,
of fun.
I've watched a lot of those and I subscribed to a couple, but I thought maybe I subscribed to his without knowing it.
Yeah.
I don't think so, though.
I'm a big fan of video game documentaries and like video game
Yeah.
books based on the
GeForce
development of
Icons,
games.
that was great.
Yeah. So Danny O'Dwyer for sure. Great guy.
Yeah, I'm also kind of over the whole, like, this is why I hate everything kind of.
Why the
What-
fuck
what?
are you with us then?
That's because there's some love here too, but like the whole just I'm gonna be angry about everything all the time thing. There's so many of those out there. It's saturated with hate in the gaming world right now.
Well,
and
I think
kind of neat perspective.
I think real hate is just good. But
Real
I'm
hate,
the
yeah.
Angry Joe Show, so I have to
be angry all the time.
But that's-
like
that's
your
your cool
gimmick.
fake hate. Like,
That's-
hey, here's Grand Theft Auto 5, the angry review. The fuck you angry about? And it's gonna be like, no, it's great, but every time I get in a car, it's always on the wrong radio station. It's like, okay, it's something nitpicky that's like, we're really mad about it. And it's like, shut the fuck up.
What I
man.
love so much is that like you for real hate a lot of things, or you tend to side more negatively from the perspective of your opinion on a lot of products.
Mhm.
Like there are certain few things that you absolutely love, and you do speak positively on those. I'm not saying you're
Well,
just
sure.
some
I think you're
negative piece of
selective,
shit.
but
you
you
are
talk
very, very,
good.
very selective. But that shtick, like you absolutely fit that shtick so well. Of like, now people who truly get to know you, they realize that it's not a shtick. But if somebody's just like hopping in watching a random thing, they're absolutely gonna think that you fit that. Dude, just hearing you get so frustrated with PowerPoint is fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah. Well, that's
You get-
off stream.
Okay, we're
That's-
getting-
that's different.
but getting
I know, but
mad
I'm just
is
saying,
one
like
thing.
that's
Like-
that's like that is part of your shtick. But it's not. It's not a shtick, but it feels and sounds like a shtick.
I mean, like Kirby Lane is a prime example of taking things and showing your opinions, but true unbridled hate is a different situation. I think having it where everything I produce or everything that's produced on this channel is about talking about how shitty this thing is. It's just like, well, that sucks. It's different whenever it's your actual opinion, right? As opposed to forcing it.
I like
And
when
you
it's
can't-
funny.
And when it's funny, yeah, and
like
funny
that.
comes from truth in that scenario. So it's good that you're selective. That's great because
No, there's a
Major
reason
Tom
that
and I
want-
tend to be like,
You're-
we love everything.
I can see that you're partially offended right now.
No, I'm just confused as to why you're having to like. You could say that without being like, but it's a good thing. They're like, no, you don't have to do that. It's fine. Like,
no, but it is. It is. And in case
King
anybody's
of
watching, I
salt.
don't want people to think I fucking hate you.
right.
There is a reason that I wanted to work with you, and it's because that you help balance out my overwhelming hyperbole of feelings on video games.
Hyperbola.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Hyperbola.
like it's the fuzzy side
Hyperbole.
of things.
You balance my hyperbole out.
DKP is a real ass dude.
Ethan thyroid levels next, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Don't
You're
you
an
come
ass
after my
dude,
thyroid.
supposedly.
You better give me the
coming for it.
McRibs.
Armor 87, hello!
What's going on?
How's it going? We're just talking about how salty DKP is.
Next category is Best Fan Creation. There's actually a bit of news associated with this that we'll go over here in a second. Fan-created content such as mods, fan films, or other playable content.
Cool.
Brutal Doom 64 and Indorel, The Shards of Order. There were that's only 2 nominees. There were 2 others.
But what happened?
Uh-oh.
AM2R,
Okay.
AM2R, and Pokemon Uranium. And they're no longer eligible for nominees.
Because I got C and D or something.
Yeah, because Nintendo said you can't do this.
They didn't know about it till the Game Awards.
What a piece of
That
fucking garbage
sucks.
Nintendo is.
Like you can't even classify as we are not going to allow you to use our content to reward somebody for making a fan game.
What a piece of garbage Nintendo is. I seriously, I have never hated a company so much, but still also like them and buy their products.
Right, like you have one sitting right there.
Yeah, fucking pieces of shit.
And then finally,
Brutal Doom. I should and
I
will.
don't know what either of these are. So
Brutal Doom is what made Doom, the one we got,
great again.
exist.
You made it great again.
Because they originally were creating it more like Doom 3-esque.
Yeah.
Then Brutal Doom came out. And that was they basically took Doom 1 and added new animations and just made it really fucking bloody and horrible. And that made such a wave throughout the internet. It made them scrap what they had and give us the Doom we got today. Yeah. So Brutal Doom should win.
That's fantastic.
Final category for our Game Awards nominees discussion section. Most anticipated game. Recognize an upcoming game that has shown significant ambition and promise in moving the gaming medium forward. Must be announced and scheduled for release after December 1st, 2016. Nominees include God of War by Santa Monica Studio, Horizon Zero Dawn by Guerrilla Games, Mass Effect Andromeda by BioWare, Red Dead Redemption 2 by Rockstar, and Legend of Zelda Breath of a Child.
Jesus.
Breath of a Child
Gotta get
by
that
Nintendo.
child butter.
I think Breath of a Child will win. I want Red Dead Redemption 2 to win. I mean, most anticipated. That's really that's a personal opinion thing.
Oh yeah,
That's kind of a hard
but
category.
That category is a category that we all can vote on. That's selected by viewers.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to go to the Game
I
Awards,
totally think Breath of a Child's gonna win.
if you want to go to the GameAwards.com and cast your vote for what's the most anticipated game, I think it should be Red Dead, and I think it'll be Zelda. Part of me thinks it'll be Red Dead as well.
That was what I said.
Yeah. Part of me, but I was going to say I think Red Dead will get it, just based on the people that are going to vote. But Nintendo fans, man, there aren't many. There's only about 15 million of them on Earth,
but they'll
come out in droves.
Yeah.
They'll come out in droves to vote for that shit.
You know what Jeff Keighley should do? You know, he shot all over Konami last year.
Yeah.
I hope he comes out this year and shits all over Nintendo for we did have 4 nominees.
Oh, dang. Dude, that would be fantastic.
But somebody doesn't know how to fucking be, I don't know,
that would make me
Nazis
so
with their
happy.
fucking
And
IP.
not because, I don't necessarily disagree with what Nintendo did, personally speaking. And I love Nintendo so much. But I would love him to do that.
They have to call him out on their shit.
Because it would show that Jeff Keighley is not just it would make him one of the best people in the industry.
Nintendo needs to be lampooned fucking very publicly for some shit like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean,
would love to see that.
Live in front of a couple million people. Yeah. That'd be great.
Yeah. And that's some what's that dude, that big dude that dresses in black? It's red and black all the time.
Jimquisition or whatever?
Yeah. Jim Sterling. That's not Jim Sterling level shit where he makes publishers hate him. But at least get out there and have an honest opinion. I think that'd be great.
Okay, so my most anticipated piece is I think Red Dead will win, and I really want it to be Mass Effect because I'm so stoked about that game.
I'm cautiously optimistic about Mass Effect.
Same.
But I am super excited. That's what I want to win. Again, it's a preference thing. Hashtag
There's a
spite.
lot of the leadership.
We'll get out there and
BioWare.
vote. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A
Get
lot
all
of
the people together.
Homina.
A lot of people like Casey Hudson and stuff like that are no longer at BioWare. So it's like
Thank God.
a bunch of new guys like jumping in
We know
to
the
take the
ending will
reins. So
suck
I'm
then.
very curious, and they're changing a lot of stuff with it, like the Renegade and Paragon stuff. So I'm curious to see where it's going to go. Final topic. You guys ready to get to it?
Let's do
Before
it.
we go to Ask Apes anything?
Yep.
Why aren't we talking about VR? You got a Vive pretty much at launch.
Mhm.
I got a PSVR pretty much at launch. We both got a plethora. I would say we both have well over 20 games for them. We've streamed them a couple of times. We talked about them before they launched and when they launched at length. But we don't talk about them now. And it's not just us. The media doesn't talk about them much. And when I say that, I mean like the IGN and the GameSpot and the whatevers of the
Senpai
world.
has both.
We don't talk about them much. So, why do you think that is? Yeah. You want me to go into mine first?
Sure.
Okay. So, personally speaking, I think that virtual reality is a different type of experience than your standard controller in hand playing in front of a TV experience. And when I say that, I don't mean like, I do not believe that virtual reality is a fad. I don't believe that it's a gimmick. I think that it takes several gimmicks and puts them together to make something that will last a long time. I don't think it's going anywhere. I think 20 years from now, there's still going to be VR headsets and VR games and things like that. I think we're going to continue to see iterations of PSVR and other things like that. I think they're going to continue to grow in popularity. But the reason that I think that people don't talk about them a lot is, us included, is because they're not standard gaming experiences. It's not the standard way to play video games. And I think the standard way to play video games will always be there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that playing in front of a television with a controller, as long as TVs and controllers exist, I think that will still be there. I think we'll be old men playing these, including JDig's.
Being an old man.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
VR will do that for me.
it will.
It's 2016, baby. Do anything.
Yep.
I've been one before with the Vive.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't think it's going anywhere. I think it's going to continue. It's just different experiences. And the best analogy or the best way that I can describe it is like mobile gaming, like games that you play on your phone. So a lot of people play games on their phone. DKP, you even play like Words with Friends with your mom. I play a lot of the Star Wars game, which by the way, I deleted it yesterday.
Yes.
I deleted Galaxy
So
of
you
Heroes
can
off my
stop
phone
spending
yesterday.
money?
No, I haven't spent money since I got put on that budget about 3 months ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So why'd you delete it?
I don't know. That's something we'll talk about later. I will talk about it. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not afraid to talk about it on the
It's
stream
just,
or
it's a
anything
long
like that.
conversation.
Yeah, it's a long
All right,
conversation.
all right.
So I think that mobile games have a place. I think that we're always going to have mobile games. I think you're always going to have your phone tapping and swiping, and I think that will always be there. But I don't think it is going to be the primary focus of how people play video games. It's just going to be another way to play. And I think that's where PSVR and virtual reality and Vive and all that, just in general, is going to stand. I think it is an extra way to play, and I don't think that extra way to play is the main way to play video games. I think it's
You mean
just another
now
way.
or forever?
Forever. I don't think that 200 years from now, it will be the only way people play video games. Just like I don't think that it will be the only way that people play video games in terms
no,
of
what you
mobile
said was
devices.
the main way. I said, it'll never be
Primary.
the only way.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't think it'll ever be the only way. 200 years from now, I don't think it'll be the only way that people play video games. I think that more people play video games on mobile devices. Like, more hours are probably logged into mobile games than are into, like, console games currently. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's the main way to play video games. I think the way that we do it now, all the games that were just talked about in the Game Awards, I think that stuff is still going to be there. I think that, I think a good way to describe it is we had all these different categories for great games, and then we had a category for best VR, and we had a category for best handheld. And I think that those two categories will exist as, like, their own entities for years and years to come. I don't think that VR is a bad way. I don't think that it has anything to do with there being there's not a, what's it called? Like a title that makes everybody buy it. What's that called again? Killer app.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a killer app for VR, but I don't think that affects it. I don't think the lack of a killer app, I don't think some 60-hour amazing, incredible experience is going to make VR become a primary way of playing games. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I think that, like I said, it is an extra way of playing games. And just like it will come up in topics, it will come up frequently, it'll come up in games that we've been playing lately, just like mobile games do. But I don't think that it's going to be, A, I don't think it's going to disappear, and B, I don't think it's going to be the main way we play video games. At least for a very, very long time. Or the primary source of gaming.
At least for a long time?
Yeah. And I think that's...
So 200 years not a long time?
Yeah.
That was what you were saying earlier.
Yeah. I think in 200 years it could be the main way.
Okay.
But I don't think right now.
No. All right.
I don't think in our lifetimes it will be...
Yeah, probably not the main way.
I don't think that when you look at the Game Awards 100 years from now, I don't think it's going to be all VR games and then like one console game and then like one mobile game. I think the console games are games like that. I don't think consoles will be around much longer, personally, but games like that I don't think will be the main source. So I think that's why we're not talking about it, because it's just an extra thing. Personally speaking, sorry, I know you're hungry. You're ready to go into it.
No, mine's pretty simple. But yeah.
Personally speaking, it's a kind of a pain in the ass to play games that way, and I don't mean that overwhelmingly negative as much as it sounds. But you know, when you go home at the end of the night and you're like, I think I'm going to play a video game. Like you get that itch, that hunger to play a video game. You don't like pull out your phone and start playing, I don't know, Balloon Popper. You know.
That's a time waster.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something you...
And I feel like VR is similar, not necessarily that it's a time waster, but VR is a game that you have to be hungry to play a VR. You have to say, like, I want to play VR.
Yeah, you gotta have a hankering.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
And when you just want to go home and play games, I'm not just going to go home and be like, let's play some games. And pop on a VR headset and like play fucking Resident Evil 7 that way.
Right.
I still think primarily I'm going to play Resident Evil 7 through a television.
Probably.
So yeah,
for now.
I'm done. I'm off my high horse now.
So let's see. Right here says, honestly, I'd like to see more games with the companion apps. I think they're neat. But never found one that I thought was great to use. Did I see the collector's edition? No, but when you typed that, I looked it up. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's a music box.
Holy fuck.
Comes with a USB finger.
I'm getting the fuck out of that thing.
100
Was it the mansion?
$25 or something?
170.
100%.
I got till
GameStop exclusive.
got till January.
It's a GameStop exclusive.
I fucking would be, wouldn't it?
It is.
It
But
is.
let's see.
One of the topics for this show was going to be collector's editions and how we felt about them, and which ones are our favorites and stuff like that. So we'll definitely save that for you.
All right. Basically, it's this. Remember, we had the conversation about VR, and it was, well,
I remember.
I think it's pretty great. I think it's definitely like the future of a lot of things, but just until it's less tech demo-ish, when they get like full-fledged experiences. I still think that's true, and I'll let you know when that gets here. Because it's still
I'm about to severely disappoint you. That's not going to happen.
Well, like I said, I'll let you know when it gets here, and if it doesn't, then you won't be hearing about me talking about it.
Yeah,
but that's my answer, though.
It doesn't. Like I said, even Resident Evil 7, everybody's like, oh, Resident Evil 7 is going to be... It's a normal video game experience, not designed for VR, but can be played on VR.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a standard first-person shooter. And the best games for VR are things like Job Simulator. It's like Job Simulator is not fun on a controller. Not in any world would Job Simulator ever be entertaining with a fucking controller.
No.
You gotta be in virtual reality to play things. And the best games are games that are going to continue to be designed from the ground up that will only work in virtual reality. So anybody that has expectations that it's like, dude, once the Skyrim type game comes to VR, it's good. No, that's not gonna do shit. It may sell a lot of them, but it's not gonna make it amazing. It's not gonna be great.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think one of the reasons why is because all of them are short-lived, right? It is a snippet of a game. They all feel like a demo. There's some type of limitation because of things like motion sickness. right? So you can't get up and move around or you can't spin around as much in that right there. Like, you're not going to see someone sit down and play 12 hours of VR. I mean, you might, but I don't think that person's going to feel very good. Yeah. So they're little snapshots. It's like a party game at that point. Like, one of the best times I've ever played VR is whenever we all got together and just kind of passed around and watched everyone else play and had conversations inside. But I think collectively we all probably played about an hour each. It wasn't like a big thing, and even then, it wasn't like you could do actual multiplayer. So there's a few limitations that I think make it not as immersive as what you have with other stuff. Like Words with Friends, you can still play with other people, right? Like, you can do the online thing with rigs, but you can't really do like couch co-op. There's no multiple changes.
We played a multiplayer VR game where somebody's a dinosaur that goes.
Great.
Yeah, but it also
I hate you.
It also still feels
sausage.
Like
sausage is being made.
That felt like a demo, right? There was one thing that you could do throughout, right? So, and it was all one-trick ponies. They're great, they're fun, and I think that they will eventually get there. But like you said, tech demos. That's what it all feels like. It's like they wanted to create something when the VR released. Yeah. So this is what they've created, and it was kind of like a last minute, like, oh god, we just got our hands on this. Because some of these video games that we talk about, like, oh, it's gonna win, and they've been working on for 5 to 6 years
for sure
to create. So maybe in like 5 to 6 years from now, we'll have a total immersive experience where they've overcome some of those problems and made it where you can spend a lot of time playing these video games. Right now, it's just short-lived, and that might be why you've played through a lot of those games. You enjoyed Job Simulator, but you're not like, tonight I think I'm just gonna relax by playing some Job Simulator when I get off work. Or, I really feel like being Batman, even though I beat it already in the first couple hours that it was out. Maybe you'll want to do a shooter if you're really excited about it, but even the one, what was it, Russian Blood? Mm-hmm. It's not very long. So you're done before you're even to that extended piece. But you can play Battlefield for hours and hours and hours. You can dive into a storyline and do 100% of a game. Take something that's like 6 hours long and make it much longer because of all the other things that are available in it. And it took a long time for the industry to get to that point where the replayability or it's as deep as you want it to be kind of thing, or as immersive as you want it to be, that just doesn't exist with VR right now. That's my thoughts.
I think I agree with you about like the way that it plays. I think I don't want to say where I necessarily disagree with you, but my thoughts are that what you guys are talking about is like once it gets this amazing like killer app or once it gets something that is, from what I'm hearing, similar to what games are now, once it gets beyond like tech demos, but I don't know if it's ever going to get beyond.
It might not.
I don't think it's designed to. Just like I don't think that the best mobile games are not going to be these like 200-hour epic RPGs. Well, that's not what it's designed for. You can play games like that, but that's not the game that's going to be in the top 10. There aren't any killer app 150-hour or even 30-hour RPGs on a mobile.
Yeah, but they might have said the same thing about augmented reality and look at Pokemon Go.
Yeah, but there's
people
no
play
depth.
Hours and hours and hours and hours of that.
I would say that's just as much of a tech demo. I mean, I put 200 hours. I'm going to say 400 hours into Galaxy of Heroes. That doesn't make it some like killer app, mind-blowing experience.
No, but there's that prolonged experience that you spent that much time in.
But that's all about returning to do the same like 2 minutes over and over again.
Right. But
and I think that virtual reality absolutely has that.
We're not there yet. We don't have that content yet. And I think there's a lot of hurdles we haven't
I think that we do have that content. It's just a question of, do you want to have that 2-minute experience over and over again? Is there like something like Riggs is an online multiplayer game?
Yeah, but for some people, they've caught enough stupid rats and Pidgeys from Pokemon Go to like crazy amounts, but they still go and do it. So what is that allure? And I don't think that VR necessarily has that yet. And I put the yet there because we don't know. There's a lot of crazy stuff that they're doing we never thought about. Who would have thought the Job Simulator would be one of your top picks for the VR experience?
For sure. Not to mention peripherals as far as mobility are coming. Valve themselves are... Instead of working on Half-Life 3, they're basically dumping every dollar they fucking have into that. So, if there will be experiences that can more closely mirror what we look at games as of now, as far as being able to move around, while still being able to do it in a feasible way, like with your apartment, with your one room, I do think that has the potential to come, so I'm not going to say ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
I know that's kind of your stance, or unlikely to happen, but So yeah, when it gets there,
I don't
if
think
it doesn't,
that's
then
the,
I won't be talking
Something
about it
new
much.
I
will
don't
be
think
there,
playing
sure.
Grand Theft Auto 6 in VR is like where we're going. I
You
don't
might
think
not
it's
be
Grand Theft
playing
Auto
GTA,
6. I don't
but-
think it's a sequel to Overwatch. I don't think it's a sequel to anything that we currently have now. I think it is
well,
a
yeah, man, but you won't
totally
be
new
playing
experience.
fucking
It's a totally new
Civilization
experience.
on PS4 either, or StarCraft. Like, there's certain things that work better in certain ways, that are
Absolutely.
only, but that doesn't mean like it won't have some crossover.
Yeah.
No,
with
I'm
what
not
we're
saying that
getting
it won't
into.
have crossover,
Right.
but I'm saying that the best type of games, when we get to the point of a killer application, it's not necessarily going to be anything different than what we have now.
Well, it might be. Like, okay, so right now I feel
It
like
might
they're,
be,
they're
yeah,
just
but I don't-
widespread shooting for the stars, hoping for a win, because there's a lot of different kinds of VR experiences, and it hasn't found that thing like with RTSs, right? Whenever it's so much better on a computer, so it stays on the computer. They have others that they try to put it on the console, not nearly as successful, right? People don't seem to enjoy it as much. VR just hasn't found that thing yet that makes it the application that is the best for it, and that experience is the best through VR.
Yeah.
That's
Right here says Pokemon Go is definitely a tech demo. They barely spent anything on game design.
yeah, but that tech demo made money,
Yeah, and I think that a tech demo for VR will make money.
and
I don't think that it's the way that I was taking you talking about everything that's out on VR now is tech demos. And when we get to something that is bigger and grander, that's when it's going to take off. That's what I got from what you were saying. But I don't think that's the case. I think the case is a really good tech demo is going to make it set off. I think a really, really good proof of concept
yes,
that is not some 20, 40, 60, 80 hour game. I don't think that thing that a lot of gamers are hoping or expecting out of virtual reality of like, when they get this type of game on this, that's when it's going to be amazing. I don't think that's when it's going to happen. I think it's when they create some insane tech demo that's going to really kind of change things for VR.
I think that it's the same idea, just different verbiage in the sense of I think it's an experience that VR is going to be able to provide that we don't have right now, because there are so many puzzle games that we play on our phones for hours and hours and hours because of accessibility.
Yeah.
Right? Even though it's replay, you might spend 200, 400 hours in it. And yes, it's completely repetitive, but that's not how you would play on your PlayStation.
For sure.
Right?
And,
so
and that's how I feel about VR.
yeah, there's an application we're missing. There's something about it, and I think that's the reason why they have so many different kinds out there, is the best experience. So yes, I think we're talking about the same thing, we're just using different verbiage. A tech demo will come out that will blow our mind, and we'll want to play it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And that will be the thing, like, this is what VR is for.
That bow and arrow game in the lab. I fucking love that. I can play that game every day. It's so much fun.
I feel
You know, it's going to be disc golf. And they have a really good disc golf game.
There you
God,
go.
you've lived in Austin too
They
long.
have, no, I've loved disc golf since way before I moved to Texas. The
Fucking
disc golf game that's
hipster.
on Steam is fucking terrible. I watched some videos
They made
on
a
it.
disc golf game.
I'm talking like, I want to feel like I'm in a fucking forest. Like, I want to feel like I'm on an 18-hole disc golf course. Like what they did with Sports Champions, but in virtual reality. So why aren't we talking about VR?
There's nothing to talk about.
There's nothing to talk about.
Not right now. Wait till HoloLens comes out, like I'd probably say. Maybe we'll have it's AR, I guess.
It is
more,
not
yeah.
in my opinion, it is not a portion of video games that is going to become mainstream enough for us to talk more about it. I think we would have to force VR conversations.
Yeah. Throw it in there for
like
spice.
this one.
No.
Well, this didn't come up naturally. There's nothing happening still. But
Well,
we had
y'all
to force
played
no,
them.
this one's a
The
this
topic
one-
is why isn't there a topic?
Well, I know. So we had to force this one to be a topic. Not a bad thing.
No,
you had to
dude,
force
disc
something to
golf
be as
game in
bad.
space.
Well, I mean, you could say that about all of these, like Game Awards and everything.
But that was kind of
Well, I feel like, okay, so Morning Shark says, plot twist, Nintendo makes an application meant for VR in a few years. They did the Virtual Boy, so I wouldn't be too terribly surprised.
They already did that.
They want to be a part of that life.
Man, fuck Nintendo, that's what I gotta say.
And Reggie's Tron disc battles. We got sausage happening?
They would fucking years after the fact. Hey guys, we're doing VR now. Hey, you want that new Metroid you've been waiting for?
It's
well, now
VR.
it's in Nintendo.
I think that's the thing that'll be
Yeah,
really
it's gonna be horrible.
upsetting is they'll be like, that's gonna be the thing for them. They're like, you've wanted this game for the longest time and we're gonna give it to you. In an application you didn't want it in. It's like, no.
Yeah, they've always been doing that. And then it doesn't
That's
sell, and they're
Reggie's
like,
Yeah, but
it
I
doesn't
think
sell,
no.
and they're like, guess nobody wants Metroid anymore, fellas.
Yeah.
Because other M didn't sell. It's like, man, fuck you.
One of these
they're
episodes,
horrible.
maybe we'll do it sometime in 2017. I want to go over video games and how well they sell. Because
You'd be surprised.
the best-selling Nintendo franchises are Mario and Pokemon. And even Pokemon doesn't sell as crazy as people think it does. Like, Zelda games do not sell incredibly well. Like I said, Star Wars Battlefront last year sold better than Ocarina of Time.
It's because it's available on so many different platforms, too. Accessibility.
I mean, you could say that, but Ocarina of Time is available on more platforms than those others.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Now it is, but not when it originally releases. Are you
But
talking about...
even where it's at right now.
No. Topic
Yeah,
for another
we'll
time. We're at 2
That's what I'm
hours.
saying.
Yes. You wanted to stretch
it's
for
a very
stretching
interesting topic.
real good. Okay.
All right, and lastly,
Ask.
what we got?
Apes.
We got some
Anything.
questions. All right, Facebook.com/group/the Chainsaw Ape Group.
Join
we
it.
We make a post in there every week to say, ask us some questions and we'll answer them. It could be about video games. It could be about movies. It could be about
Anything.
Jerry Seinfeld. First question comes from Morning Shark. He says, Game Explained did a video of the alleged Mario RPG Cross Rabbids game for the Switch. Just curious to hear your thoughts. Could be a Yoshi RPG. Could be a Sonic Cross Mario RPG. Could be a Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars sequel. Could be anything. What would you want to see? I'd love to see Gino and Malo make a triumphant comeback in a Nintendo game.
Same.
That's what Morning Shark said. But yeah, that's what I want. I want Gino and Malo.
I think we've had that. We timed back to like one of the
Yeah.
first conversations, so yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Just to kind of, I want Super Mario RPG. I want a direct sequel to Mario RPG's Legend of the Seven Stars. And I'm even cool with it having rabbits in it. I just want my Gino and Malo. Right here asks, who would win, B, Jerry Seinfeld, or 2 Adam Sandlers?
B. Jerry Seinfeld?
Yeah, from...
Oh my god. 2 Adam Sandlers, easy.
2 Adam Sandlers, I agree.
As long as it's Jack and Jill. Mr. Kirkson asks, why are you being so passive-aggressive, Major Tom? In regards to my post in the Facebook group, said, we only have one question for Ask Apes Anything. Should we skip the segment this week, even though we have Julie Dugdale on the show? Or do you guys want to ask more questions? If so, I'll pin the post. You have an hour to make questions. Why am I being so passive-aggressive? Because we had one fucking question.
Because he's a titty baby. And
We
it's
have
all,
one
it's all
question.
your
He's
responsibility
trying to
to help the
stretch the
show
stream.
go well.
Stretch the stream. We've done a good
Because
job.
it's on
with filler.
you to make sure this show goes well.
Whoa, you don't have to be a dick.
You don't have to be offended.
No, you're
Oh, that's
when
good.
you are a dick like that, though, I can be offended, because that was a really dickish thing.
What, really?
Oh, yeah. It was.
How? Because
Just go back and watch it.
Okay.
Just go back.
Rewind the tape, gentlemen. Rewind
I was just
the tape.
talk about it
trying to
after.
play devil's advocate
We'll-
for Mr. Kurtzan. And
We'll put it in the
passive
next one.
aggressive thing.
But I understand his
Because the
question.
joke was, I didn't read your comment as passive aggressive at all. I was just trying to play devil's
No, I didn't
advocate to
get that
Mr.
at
Kurtzan. Okay. We'll talk about it afterwards, sweetie. I'm sorry.
Why am I being passive
Wait, I'm not sorry though.
Because Ask Apes
That's right, you don't-
Anything,
hashtag
Ask
no
Apes Anything
apologies.
is your opportunity. And I
2
want you
more
to fucking ask a
questions
question.
in the other
No
post.
apologies, Apes.
That's right, Texas. You keep them.
Mr. Kirsten asks, what Black
Fine.
Friday deals are you interested in? Well, I got some from Best Buy. I really want to get Dragon Quest Builders. It's going to be like $40 at GameStop, which is only $20 off. But, and what was the other one? I have a list. Can't remember any of the other ones. I know I want Dragon Quest Builders.
You've said that.
Yes.
Today.
Because I really want it.
You really want it. He
Yeah.
really, really wants
Is
it.
that even
yes.
out yet?
Yeah.
Why don't
Been
you
out for a
get it
couple
then?
months. Because I'm waiting for it to drop price.
Ah.
And I want it on PS4 and Vita. And it's not a cross-buy game where you buy it on one and you get it on the other. So I'm going to buy it on Vita first. But it's going to be super cheap on Black Friday for PS4. So that's kind of fucking
Fair
cheap.
enough.
What about you guys?
I didn't hear the question.
Neither did I.
I was reading
Well-
comments. Sorry.
What Black Friday deals are you interested in?
Probably none. There's nothing really that like I'm aching to get that will probably be on sale on Black Friday. I feel if I do buy anything on Black Friday, it'll be something I shouldn't be spending money on because I didn't want it enough to buy it up until this point.
Yeah.
There'll be a bunch of Steam games. It's like, yeah, I'll play King Arthur at some point. No, I won't.
Right?
But I'll
You'll
buy
get it for $2.
So yeah,
And-
that's the shitty answer I have there. Probably nothing.
I also probably there's a couple of things. It just depends. I've only had a chance to look over the list a little bit. I've got a laundry list of games I need to play for show, but I'm looking for stuff for Christmas gifts right now.
Gotta get them Christmas gifts.
Gotta think of other people every now and then, ladies and gentlemen.
Morning Shark also asks, Nintendo released Swap Doodle this week, which is essentially the same thing as Swap Note. Did you gents ever use that feature on the 3DS? Nope.
Did not know.
Not interested in Swap Doodle either. I don't know why. Just that a lot of the apps that Nintendo put out, like the weird little like, hey, you can do this thing, or there was like a chat game that came out for DS like 10 years ago.
But it's like, when am I going to do that?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. I just like even like the Miiverse.
I've got a cell phone to text my friends.
Yeah.
And if I'm that close, I'll just talk to them.
Really what it comes down to is like all of the like apps and features and stuff of Nintendo is just Reggie's Law. Where it's like, oh cool, here's a thing where you can like, send each other pictures back and forth.
You can't draw dicks though. You'll get banned.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, fucking why? What else am I gonna draw?
Yeah, exactly. If I have something to be able to draw stuff and send it to people,
it's gonna be inappropriate things.
Yeah, it's got to be the dicks or the vajayjays. I need
That's pretty much why the Miiverse is only like professional artists and some dicks that don't last for very long.
Yeah. You got to be able to play like an offensive version of
Hashtag Reggie's Law.
Thank you.
An offensive version of Hangman. There's
Well,
something else
Go
hanging.
too far there.
What's the version? What's the guy who hung himself recently while masturbating?
Robin Williams?
No.
No.
Robin Williams would be a funny one. Don't get me wrong. I adore Robin Williams.
Well,
This is not against
Is that
Robin
not
Williams
the
at all.
answer?
No,
It's not.
it's,
No,
I think
it's
you're thinking
the
of
carotene.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna say
but he was before Robin Williams.
I
So
know.
that wasn't.
So that's why I went
recently,
Robin
that was
Williams
a while
first.
ago.
Gotcha. But
You talking
Robin
about
Williams
Bill?
wasn't masturbating.
Bill from Kill Bill.
I'm not even kidding. I heard that it was autoerotic fisting.
But like,
I don't know.
was it David? Yeah, it was David.
Like
It was
David?
Keith is still alive. David, my David?
An
Keith
XX
Carradine.
guy.
No, David Carradine.
Yeah, it was David Carradine.
So playing
Was it?
Hangman and the answer being David Carradine, that's hilarious. Doing it in
Yeah.
the Swap Note would be funny. But yeah, basically like talking about the Reggie's Law thing is the application, you'd have to like, it would take you 20 minutes just to get into the app, and then none of your friends would have it because it costs $2.99 to do something
you
that
had
you
to
could do
pay?
for free. I mean, I don't know if you have to pay, but it's always something like
Either
that.
way, yeah.
There's always some sort of like thing that makes it more frustrating or more challenging through Nintendo.
But you can only have
Just-
7, right? Like you can run
Yeah.
into all your
You can write
friends,
3
but
pictures.
you can only do a limited amount of
You
them.
have to be connected to Wi-Fi.
Yeah, like, and once you are disconnected from Wi-Fi, like wipe. So if you don't do it within the 3 hours, you'll lose them. Like shit like that. Oh, the kung fu guy from Kill Bill. Damn, there's a lot of
Audio
deaths, dude.
erotica fixation.
Yeah, it's gotta be badass, I guess. It's worth dying for. You know?
I mean, you're walking a
That's
dangerous
fair.
line.
You remember that line from
This is the best.
from Sin City when Marv's like, you gonna die over some whore? And he's like, worth killing for, worth dying for, worth going to hell for. That must be what like jerking off and hanging yourself must be like. You know what I mean?
Morning Sharkass. Why no nominations for Paper Mario Color Splash and Best Visuals?
Again, bringing it back. Truth.
It's the nominations come from people from the video game industry, so they weren't feeling it.
Because they're wrong.
Texfield Davis says, "Have y'all heard of the crowdfunded game Star Citizen?" Yes.
Yep.
The crowdfunded, massively multiplayer sim headed up by Wing. I'm about to say West Wing Commander. By Wing Commander maker Chris Roberts. Possibly going to do some QA on this. Hope it's not a No Man's Sky.
They
Yes, I have.
recently hired the fucking dude from No Man's Sky as part of their staff now.
Oh, are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard about this game because it hit like $50
Uh,
million crowdfunding.
Nice.
It's still going.
Yeah.
It's never actually.
Great show,
It's
guys.
never going to
Enjoy
actually
this.
come out.
HGG,
Just,
y'all. Bye, Kata.
Oh, bye, Canada.
See you laters.
I invested in Star Citizen. Pevib approves.
There you go. That's it for the questions, guys.
All right,
All right.
awesome.
We did it.
Woo!
2
We
hours and 8
certainly
minutes.
Well, gentlemen, what does the rest of the schedule look like this week, Major T?
JD and I'll be back tomorrow night with I Have No Idea What.
Yep, that's a great
Alrighty.
game.
Sounds great.
And are you streaming on Wednesday?
Probably. Yes.
Cool. And then we will not be here for Thursday for Prep 8 because
No.
that's why we're here now. We'll be celebrating Thanksgiving with our families or with our dogs.
Pev says we missed 2 questions.
2 more questions. I didn't see them in my phone.
I think it's on the original one.
It might be on that one.
The other post, they said.
The other post.
Star Citizen has Gary Oldman in it. Post a trailer in the Apes.
Oh,
Grove.
Jesus.
Thanks for answering all my Nintendo questions. Night, gents.
Thanks for posting them.
Good night.
Hebavas, what do you hope to see most of all on your trip out west? Ooh. Games or otherwise.
Idify.
I actually talked about this with you earlier.
Shucks.
There's 2 things I'm insanely excited about.
out of here since y'all are going to be talking about this for about an hour.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, it's time to
Two
get offended
things.
again.
Yep. The Easy Allies meet and greet. So excited for the Easy Allies meet and greet. It's like 4 hours long. Just going to be hanging out with the 9 dudes from Easy Allies. It's going to be so much fun. And then,
hater.
legitimately, hanging out with Idify.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pisser, man. Get to have these arguments in real life. I can't wait.
Like, we talked about this before we started streaming when we were setting up. Like, Idify is one of those people that, like, we know him, but we don't know him, but we know him. We've had enough conversations. I know you've talked to him on the phone a lot. You guys just... Be a couple of gabbing girls. Oh my god! I know y'all have talked a lot. So, I think you talk about how his voice is... What is it you say? His voice will surprise me.
It's not ever the one I had in my head.
Yeah.
When I listen to it.
When you think of his voice, you're like, listen, man.
Listen, man.
And it's more like, if he was actually to say, listen, man, what would it sound like?
Listen, man.
No, legitimately.
Like, listen, man. I don't know. I can't do it.
He sounds Russian?
No, I can't.
He has
like a Californian, sort of
Hispanic accent?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know if that's correct. But that's what I would describe. It's not a...
fuck you. Listen, man. I am from Jamaica, man.
Mbamba man, listen. So yeah, there's that.
So yeah, I'm legitimately looking forward to hanging out with him. Like,
yeah.
I know my wife's really excited to meet him too. I don't know. She just like the 4 or 5 times that they've talked on stream. She just like it's really connected.
Listen, man.
So yeah, I'm really excited about that. So if any of you guys want to fly out to Anaheim, California in like a week and a half,
I do.
So what was the last question we got there?
Oh yeah.
Or do you have some else?
Surprisingly, of the things that I'm the most excited about, PSX and Disneyland are not the two. I am excited about getting some like time with my wife. Like she and I have never taken a vacation out of state together, and have never went on a honeymoon. So
you didn't go on a honeymoon?
Vala Calera says if JDig was in a threesome with Major Tom and DKP, would you want DKP or Major Tom in the middle?
Wow. Okay.
If JDig was I'm a threesome, I'm assuming you meant in, with MT and DKP, would you want MT or DKP in the middle? I mean, if I were you, I wouldn't answer that question, but it's up to you.
I don't know how to answer
Major
that
T
question.
so I could be
what you're supposed to
I was going to say, I have a
You know
feeling you would want him in the middle just so you could get the sweet love.
Because I'm not getting plowed by Major Tom. That ain't in the cards. So the only way this can work.
Awkward.
You know what I'm saying? Is if you're in the middle.
What if it's a threesome with Idify?
Remember that human centipede thing we mentioned earlier?
And Major Tom.
This would be where
we talked about.
I'm in the back instead of in the front this time.
Cuttlefish over near pasta.
The cuttlefish.
What if I'm out of it and we throw Idify in the mix, and then that right there's a different kind of sandwich.
So who would you want in the middle then?
There is no middle.
Between me, him, and Idify?
Who would I want?
Oh, I thought they were like.
I don't really think that there's going to be a. Idify's like, listen, man, just move on.
I won't entertain
I don't know if
this
there's
question
a want,
any longer.
so I don't have a want. There isn't one. How about that?
Oh, I thought I just disconnected the stream on accident. I didn't.
Dang.
So my finger tapped the touchpad, it sometimes does the... I was like, oof. But alright. Guys, I think that is it for us tonight.
2 hours and 13 minutes. Not our shortest, not
Actually
our
ran long, believe it or not.
Yep, we did.
So what happens when you throw 3 people in?
Yeah.
We only had 3 topics, so...
Well, I'm DKP.
I'm Major Tom.
And I'm JDigDug.
And see you guys tomorrow.
See you next Tuesday.
See you Wednesday. Alright, boys.
Bye-bye.
Good night. Good luck. Go fuck yourself.